0306.
Let's talk about your health insurance. There are a lot of reasons why people need affordable health insurance. But here's the bottom line. You know you need affordable health insurance. For you, a spouse, a family member, whatever. I'm going to give you a free hotline to call to find affordable health insurance that can cover all your health insurance needs in case you get sick or have an emergency. Plus, cover vision, dental, and more. And there are no long-term commitments. You can keep your plan as long as it's affordable. And for the price of a cup of coffee. We're not talking about one of those fancy coffees. For the price of a regular cup of coffee a day, you can have quality, affordable health insurance. Call the health insurance hotline for a free quote.
800-373-8414. 800-373-8414. 800-373-8414. That's 800-373-8414.
The Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis. News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown & Crouppen.
So what's his handle?
GetBC.com.
You're gonna need lawyers, right?
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
Listen up, fellow timeshare owners. If you're a timeshare owner and you want out at all costs, you're done, frustrated, tired of wasting money, you don't use the darn thing. Get out now. Hire the best Bulldog timeshare cancellation team in the business. Their in-house legal team, headed by a timeshare cancellation lawyer, can help you fight the biggest and baddest company out there that sell timeshare. At some point, you were using your timeshare, but now you're not, and you're tired of wasting money. Before you go to the poorhouse, call right now and learn how you can stop the maintenance fees and put more money back in your pocket. Their services cost you a lot less than you think, and you'll save a lot of money over time. Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline now. It's a free consultation.
800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. That's 800-824-5131.
The Lou Information Station presents Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jensen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
Ooh, yeah, baby. 8:02 on a Friday. Let's go. Get up and get them in. Hot Take Central 2.0 coming at you. This is the Lou Information Station live and on demand at louinfo.com. Cam Jensen. Brenden Schaeffer. What's up, baby?
Whoa.
What's up, baby?
How's everybody?
Matthew Rocchio doing his thing. You guys can call in, by the way, at 855-282-8255. You can text into the show at 314-590-3770. That's 590-3770. And you could also go on YouTube and just put Lou Info on YouTube and then click it, and you'll see our pretty faces. What's up, baby? Happy Friday.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have the YouTube up.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's. Oh, look at that, man.
Look at that cool looking.
Man.
Isn't that cool looking?
And I love the little thumbnail.
Rock did a good job with that, man.
Oh yeah, he's growing into his own in terms of the thumbnail game,
and that helps.
It's getting impressive,
and that helps big time. So let me go turn this down. Okay, here we go. Hello.
The cat is off to the shore for a vacation, so we get Brenden Schaeffer in studio. Where's the cat going?
Well, New Jersey.
Okay,
which I used to go back in the day too when I lived there. I lived and played out there, and it's very, very expensive. It's not. See, he's an East Coast guy.
Right.
If you went to Wildwood, New Jersey, you would probably look. Maybe not you, but if you're used to going like to Florida or wherever, and you go to Wildwood and you look at the price that you're paying for some of these hotels in Wildwood compared to what you could get at other places, you're going to be quite disappointed. I'm telling you, everything is so expensive.
Oh, it's like right on the water and everything.
But it's so expensive, and the hotels are just really crappy looking, like La Quintas and stuff. But it's $500 a night, $600 a night, and yeah, the food's great, but the Jersey Shore, don't tell Brady Kachuk that, but it's not that nice. The water's kind of goofy.
Oh, no.
I know. Wildwood's probably the nicest part of that whole ordeal, but...
Is that mostly like Philadelphia people that are venturing down there?
Jersey, Philly.
Yeah.
New York.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It's a popular... Dude, I told you, I've never seen so many steroid freak monsters literally in one area ever.
Of beef castles.
And they would look at you and bump into you. They'd bump into you, Brendan. They would look at you. Oh my God, I would have to protect you so much.
They would not look at me. They would walk over me and stomp me into the ground.
They'll push you out of the way to get a beer.
They would flick me off.
If you looked at any girl that was around them, they're going to choke you out in front of everybody. I swear to God, I've seen so many fights. So that's tough, going to DJs and all that. All that stuff with Jersey Shore is real. The fights, all that is the exact way it is.
Just a bunch of testosterone.
It's the exact way it is. It's not for me. Then I used to go down there with a bunch of police officers and stuff like that. So then you kind of know everybody, and then no one's messing with you.
There you go.
But nope. Rather go to Florida. I rather go to Florida.
Where's your spot in Florida? Where you go?
I like 38.
Hey, I actually went there. I went there last year.
Like, I'm not going to put that on the back of my truck or anything. I'm not going to put a bumper sticker.
No bumper sticker.
Not going to do that. I don't like it that much. But you have a little bit of everything. You got the wealthy side over there. Then it kind of gets a little cheaper.
Boy, do you ever get the wealthy. I mean, that place blew me away.
If you want to spend the money, you could have a nice, cool house, rent house.
We did this
right on the beach.
We had a little bit of a walk to the beach, but it was walking distance. And we did it with two other couple friends. So there were 6 of us total. This was last summer. And man, we spent so much money on that trip. Like, we did a grocery store trip to have just a bunch of stuff, but like that was, hundreds of dollars per couple. But then like going to the restaurants and stuff, that's our thing. Like, when I go on vacation, I just want to eat. I just want to go to places that, you know what I mean? Like,
damn good food.
My wife and I have always been on the same page about that. So we ate very well on that trip, but it was like, wow, for like doing a trip where we looked at the numbers at the end. We're like, we could have done like the all-inclusive resort type of trip and probably made out about the same, which is not to say that we had any regrets about that, but we did log a mental note about that in the back of our heads. Like, wow, this.
Well, you rented a house, though. That's kind of like.
That was part of it.
That's nice, though, man.
No, it was. The convenience of that.
It's just nice.
And you're just with your 6 people, not like a bunch of strangers at a resort. So it was, we enjoyed the trip a lot.
Yeah, we did the same thing. Rented a nice house. We walked to the beach, but then Kate and I are looking at some of these houses you can rent. I mean, and the beach is beautiful.
Yeah.
The water is clear. The beach is white. It's perfect and nice, but it's expensive as hell. So I'm just saying the difference between going to Jersey and going down to Florida is a completely different thing. Big news. Might as well get into it. Big news, little shakeup in the media world with the St. Louis Blues. You guys probably heard that John Kelly, they will not be renewing his contract. And Chris Kerber and Joey Vitale will do a simulcast. A lot of people are asking questions about how that's going to go down. Chris Pronger, Jamie Rivers will be on the desk with Bernie Federko and Scott Warman. Alexa Datt's gone. And Andy Strickland got a promotion. He'll be on the road doing, I guess, what would it be called? What's he doing on the road, Rock? Specifically, probably the same thing.
He's hosting the pregame, the Blues live shows at home, right? And then Scott Warman does the away games while Andy's on the road doing just sideline reporting for the Blues.
Yes.
The difference is that with home games, obviously he can do the Blues live, and then he's at the game,
still able to do all the game stuff.
Because they got the studios at Enterprise,
right?
But obviously on the road, Warman then handles Blues live
and then
pregame.
He'll be like,
or the Blues live at away games, and then Andy's on the road, and then he's doing the usual sideline stuff he's always doing.
Interviewing people, doing this, doing
behind the scenes, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, he'll be working.
Grabbing Jake Neighbor's dad right before he scores his first goal somehow.
Yep. He's good at that. Sometimes you You don't want. It's hard to do that when the play is going on, but sometimes you get rewarded with a home run or a goal, and you're interviewing the guys.
It feels like in hockey it would be even tougher because in baseball you know who's batting, and so like you can at least have a range of expectations.
Yeah.
In hockey, anything goes. Anything could happen.
Well, if you do the interview long enough, you're going to guarantee a shift.
You're right. Sure.
We need a 5-minute interview. That way we know at some point he'll be on the ice.
Yeah. Can you keep asking me questions? Yeah.
So Andy's the one that really got the biggest promotion, I believe. If you really look at it, and he deserves it, man. He really does. He works his ass off. Now, am I a little bit worried about the podcast and him being? But we'll figure all that out. Let's really get into it. If I was on the road, he'd be really worried because he was when I was on the road with him. So now it's the opposite, and I approach it differently. Like optimistic. Let's go. You're going to have a setup the right way. I'm going to have to cater to your, timing of when you're going to be at the rink and whatnot.
You're a good teammate, is what you're saying.
I'm a damn good teammate.
Good teammate.
I'm a damn good teammate. So we'll make that work. But it's kind of a little worrisome, but he deserves it. And this is going to be interesting. What do you think about simulcasting? What do you think?
They're going to have to make a decision about which broadcast they're going to do, and then which broadcast essentially is going to be just the one you get in addition, because you can't split the difference and call a TV game and a radio game at the same time. It doesn't work. It's two completely different styles. You can let the visuals speak for you on television. Radio, you got to paint every part of the picture.
That's what you have to do, right? They have to call the radio game because the people listening on the radio don't have
the radio aspect away. And so I just wonder if TV viewers will be jarred by just how much
they talk,
just how much talking that will be there, because there's a lot of breaks where you let the visual speak for itself on television. That's literally one of the, I would argue, like top 3 tenets of doing a television broadcast is letting the visuals speak for itself for periods of time. And while I think Joey and Curbs are very good at letting the audio speak for itself in big moments and letting the crowd take over and hear that audio, there's simply just not as many moments on a television, on a radio broadcast to do that. And so, therefore, it's just going to be, I think, a more cluttered TV broadcast than people are used to, because you can't split the difference. You have to do one or the other. And to B-Schaeff's point, you have to go with the radio side.
People are not happy.
Well, what do you think they're not happy? What do you think the primary motivator in the displeasure is?
It's John Kelly.
It's John Kelly.
Of course. And the simulcast, it's John Kelly, 100%.
Yeah.
But they are concerned about the simulcast.
How it's going to go.
Yeah, how it's going to go and stuff like that. And rightfully so. But I think they're going to get over it and they're going to get used to it. And it's going to be okay.
And they're professionals. I mean, that's the part that's awkward about this, is because you're like, it's more, in a way, more opportunity for Chris Kerber, Joey Vitale. Like, that's cool. But at the same time, it's like what you're losing feels like the thing that we're focused on more so than, hey, not about those guys when I'm going to criticize here, but it's more about, I just don't think John Kelly was probably, and look, I don't know the ins and outs, but I don't think he was probably treated right here. My take from the outside, and you may know more than me, but I'm like, come on, really? That's what we're going to, maybe that's why I had to sit in for the cat today, because I'm saying a couple of not niceties about the network, but I just think,
they could have played it a little differently.
FanDuel Midwest could have approached it differently, and if it's a cost-saving measure, whatever the case may be, I know that the business is tough. But I hate
all
to
Blues. This is all Blues decision.
All right.
FanDuel. This is a Chris Zimmerman.
Okay.
I don't know how it went down with John. I haven't talked to him.
Yeah.
So, but people are, you look at all the comments like, whoa, I mean, really, really bad. And then even guys like Jeremy Rutherford came out and said, somebody tweeted out something to the effect of, this is wrong, this is that.
Yeah, I don't,
and Panger, guys that have kind of been in the mix,
which has happened to Panger before. I mean, his situation, he was here and then he wasn't.
Yeah, well, he was in a better situation than John.
Yeah.
I wonder
if John got the national stuff.
How old is John Kelly? How old do you think he is? 60? I know there's got to be a way.
I'm guessing he's in his 60s.
I'm seeing born in 1960, so that would make him. In fact, his birthday is in 2 weeks from today, so he'll be 65. Yeah.
There you go. Darren Pang, I thought that this tweet was fantastic. This was Panger yesterday. I've got no holy jumpins with this decision to remove Jay Kelly Hockey from the St. Louis Blues and FanDuel broadcast. He is an icon. He is a total pro. He treats people with respect like his dad did before him. I am very disappointed and sad for the great fans of STL.
Yeah, the Kelly family, man. I mean, they've been around for a long time.
That's my focus on it.
And to that point,
embedded into the city.
And to that point, I thought JR's tweet was also very interesting. This was Jeremy Rutherford on the X, the Twitter. Love Curbs, always will. Nothing to do with him taking over TV. But on the heels of new uniforms being about tradition, this is a slap. Nobody worked harder or cared more for the Blues than John Kelly. Regional networks are going through challenging times, but nothing that should create this wrong.
Dang, man.
And the context of the jersey reveal I thought was extremely interesting from JR there.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, John Kelly is a true professional. Even on the road, like he'll play cards, always dressed, never like I'll dress down. He just always looks professional, doesn't get in anybody's way, does his own thing, goes for his walks, eats his popcorn. Like he's just got it down. You know, always knows what he's talking about. You can't stump that man. I'd like to see him go toe-to-toe about Blues history I don't know who could stump him. I know Randy knows a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong. He knows a lot of stuff about sports in general. But he is a savant about Blues history. It's unbelievable. Just to sit and talk to him and pick his brain. He knows stats and goals and players and everything. It's unbelievable.
We do something with like him, Randy.
Who else?
And is it Bernie? Is it Rammer? Is it Clay?
Specific Blues. Specifically Blues.
I'm saying you get Randy for all the Rams and football Cardinals trivia. You get JK for all the Blues trivia.
Yeah.
We get somebody for all the Cards trivia, and obviously Randy's got
and just go win every trivia night in town.
Well, I was saying
they are going to run through everybody.
I was saying more of like a reverse trivia where we like put those three up on a stage, and it's just, can anybody in the crowd stump them?
No.
Or beat them in a trivia contest.
I would watch
and
that.
It's just pick your poison. You get JK for hockey, you get Randy for football, or you get Bernie for Cardinals. And let's see
go.
if you can take any of these three mega minds down. I think that would be a fantastic event. I think people would have a blast at that.
So anytime there's a Blues trivia night every year, you know, and Kate and I went last year because I went on stage with Curbs and Joey to talk to everybody. Place is packed down in Enterprise Center, and everybody's talking about where's JK. Where's JK sitting? And he's always got his own table, and they win every single time in Blues history. Doesn't, it's like cheat mode.
I need to get more into the trivia game.
Yeah, we need to do trivia on here. We used to do trivia on the other show, and Jim would get his ass kicked.
I heard it would go. Okay, can you?
It's terrible.
I heard the tellings. I heard inklings, little things would eke out over the X about what would happen in these trivia games. Can I please get a quick, the Twitter, sorry, which is X, which is Twitter for everyone but Elon Musk and other people on that side.
It's Twitter.
What would happen in these trivia games? What was the premise? What was the format? First of all,
the format.
Well,
okay, so there was no format.
They kind of catered to whoever you were. Yeah. Charlie got football stuff, or ran. I would get mostly hockey or weather.
What was I'm saying, how many questions was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember. A few.
Popcorning around the room. Cole would cater each question.
Charlie
was there any set way of scoring this, or?
Oh yeah.
And then he had music he would play for everybody if you won.
Sounds like you weren't really impressed by by how this segment was put together, Brenden.
No, he does a great job. Did a great job.
It did. Some were boring, some were interesting.
I mean, I'm always down for trivia. I
am too.
Trivia. I used to have to come up with it. My daily responsibilities to come up with trivia for Randy used to be honestly the biggest part of my job.
Well,
it was the biggest part of my day for a long time.
You would be really good at a lot of different kinds of trivia, Rock. History to all kinds of different stuff.
I'm good at history. I'm good at sports. I'm terrible at music trivia, as you know from the fact that I couldn't think of.
I kicked everybody's ass in the music. And when we had music segments, I'd kill everybody. But Jimmy would lose every damn time.
Really? So Jimmy,
he couldn't get his brain going.
Yeah.
And this is at the end of the show, like after 4 Red Bulls.
Okay, that's a little surprising. We are getting some reaction now on the text line 314-590-3770. 314, while I'm just as bummed as everyone else, this is the future. In a couple of years, you'll have to log into the NHL app. You'll stream the game that way. This will be the norm. TV guys will either move to the radio side or vice versa. You only need one team to do it. It sucks, but it's like having 2 things of ketchup in the fridge. Both work, both are fine, but only one is needed.
Yeah, I mean, you're saving a lot of coin, you would think, right? not having two different, radio outlet than the TV people, and there's just a lot.
Certainly seems like it would be a material factor.
No, that's I'm sure that's a huge factor in all this, and that's why it's disappointing. And like the comment says there, maybe that becomes the way of the world, but that doesn't mean it's anything that should be celebrated, because I think there is value to the uniqueness of the radio broadcast versus the television broadcast, as you outlined a few minutes ago, and the nuances of those two entities. And so to go, well, we're going to save some money. So, I mean, that I just don't.
I mean,
but
it's not going to play well.
That's exactly why this happened. We don't have to sugarcoat that.
I think besides JK, I'm sure Rivs is bummed out. I did talk to him yesterday. I'm not going to speak for him, but he was just getting his groove, man.
Yeah.
He's been doing this for a long time. He was finding his groove. Like, he had his way on the road too. Like, I dissect what everybody does.
And see,
when you're next to him on the road, and like, he had his plan down. He was always there, always on time, always, knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
In between the benches, you're right there. He had a good connection with all the guys. All the guys love Jamie. Like, on the road, they tell him stuff and go, so he's probably a little bummed out, I would say.
Working with Jamie over at Hubbard for a couple of years. First of all, I love the guy. So that bummed me out. But second of all, I would always get to, because of the way that the shows worked out, because I did morning drive and he did evening drive.
Yeah.
I'm there so early, and he would get there so early and be prepping, but he had so much time to prep that I'd get there and he'd be doing a lot of his TV stuff where he's going through the plays, and he's prepping to do his whiteboard segment.
Yeah.
By the way, his whiteboard segments were fantastic.
Yeah,
and one of the reasons I enjoyed those was because I saw him working on them, and I would sit there and I would ask him questions, and he would build his whiteboard segment, and I'd just be sitting there over his shoulder like, why are you highlighting this guy? What do you mean when you say he's supposed to pinch there? And Jamie would just lay this stuff down. I learned, like, the amount I learned about, I learned so much about hockey from just listening to him prepare for those segments, and then I would go back and watch some of them, and I would learn even more.
Yeah.
I mean, the for me, I know that the entertainment factor is always going to be the key thing, but for me, all I care about when I'm watching a game is whether or not I'm going to learn something. And Jamie was teaching you.
Do you
things,
think most people
I
are like
he was
that?
great at that.
Do you think most people are like that?
I don't think so. I don't think so, because
In what regard?
I think most people want
to learn instead of want to be entertained.
I think people want reaction. I think people want reaction in both positive and negative ways. I think people, for some reason now, demand criticism more than they demand actual analysis.
They do.
Like, people want criticism, not analysis. They don't want you to tell me why the guy should have pinched there. They want me to tell you that guy sucks and is bad for not pinching there. You see the flip there? That's my problem, is because I don't need somebody telling me the guy sucks for not pinching there. Tell me why he made a mistake for not doing that.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that Jamie's going to focus on, because also he looks those guys in the eyes every day and goes and skates with them. He's not going to say that this guy sucks because he knows the reality of the situation. And I think that more people want just the interaction and entertainment than they want to actually be turn on and say, why is this X's and O's thing happening? And I've never been that way. I'll always be the other way.
The combination of the access now that people have to the conversation, and like whether it's the host of a show or like being able to tweet at a player, like the level of access that people feel they have, combined with their willingness to just rip and say anything without really, like you said, having the context of, sometimes looking the player in the eye or knowing kind of behind the scenes a little bit what's going on, and just having that like humanity element to it is a bad combo.
I'll say this too, though, to be honest. On radio, you could hide a little bit. Not too many people, parents to wives of the players to whatever, are listening to the radio for the most part.
Right.
Probably never. And you can get away with calling out Kyrou a little bit more, and Curbs does not back away from that.
Right.
At all. So this is going to be, but now you do that. Not that he's fair.
Not shying
but
away
he does
from it.
not shy away from letting somebody have it. He'll have a little dig here and there, and it makes me laugh. And of course, calling out the refs too. He gets very emotional on there, and it is going to be interesting now that there's people you're going to have easier access to know.
It's a different audience, a larger audience.
Now your wife's like, oh, he was bashing you pretty good when I was watching it on TV.
Yeah.
There might be some more interaction. I don't know. But as long as you're honest, man, people are going to respect you. And you got to be honest, because, otherwise, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I do feel bad for JK. I wonder if he's going to get another job.
I hope so. The man should be calling hockey.
At that age, is he like...
Well, the good thing for him is that his kids are grown up. So he
It's
can
true.
he has the ability that he can go to another market and plot down for a little bit, and whether he rents or something like that. I think he loves calling hockey, and I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to hear his voice. Still call some hockey, and obviously he has connections around. Did the Avalanche for a while too, and jumped around a little bit. So I really hope he does, because he's awesome, and we got that from 618. I love Curbs and Joey, but John should still be there. I'm worried this call is going to have a negative impact on the radio
Do you
broadcast.
think they maybe offered him something and he said no? I don't know.
It's hard to speculate, but
Yeah.
I would lean the other way. I would lean that they knew they had to.
I agree.
They
with
were
you,
deciding
actually.
to, and look, the on the baseball side, FanDuel Sports Network has done a bunch of different things that are different, and it's changing, and it just looks different. So like for it to bleed over into the hockey stuff is not particularly surprising to me, and we'll see what more may come.
I got to give a little shout out to Scotty Warman though. Good for him. You know, I like Scotty Warman, man. He just, again, professional, doesn't get in anybody's business.
For sure.
Doesn't do anything, isn't loud and demand anything like that. Just does his job, knows what he's talking about. Easy to go back and forth with. That's another key thing. Feel bad for Alexa. She's going to be fine.
I was going to mention, like,
she's going to be fine.
Sucks,
that sucks. She did a damn good job too.
Alexa's fantastic.
She did a damn good job. And she does a good job on Cardinals. She's going to be fine. She's going to be just fine.
I have a special respect for anybody who, like, this is why I don't come across the table and assault Brenden, because I respect the fact that he always
nobody touches him.
He's always Brendan's always willing to just walk by you and just a little barb in the side. Little stab in the side.
He's got that
small jab.
Little jab in the side.
It's like a little prison shake.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Little prison shake.
You're not going to bleed out, but you're stuck.
You're walking through the lunch line and B-Schaeff just and I'm saying is Alexa's got the exact same thing where I respect, where she's always willing to get. She's got a jab ready.
I heard
and
that
if you
too.
jab back, she's ready to jab back. And that makes fun broadcasts. And so I'm bummed they're losing her. She's fantastic.
Nobody's safe.
A little prison.
That's the bottom line in media. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's safe.
Tough business.
This is a lot of guys of radio, big Hall of Fame broadcasters, been fired from teams. Everybody's like, what happened? I mean, Carolina did that. A couple other teams have done that where it was a huge shock. But a lot of these guys last till they're 70 years old, and then they have to retire because they're so old, and they kind of just ride off into the sunset. And but things are changing, man. It's a changing world. Nobody's safe besides one guy over the years. Who was it? I was hearing somebody talk about that today, and they brought his name up.
I don't know. You told me before we got on the air, you're like, only one guy is safe, and I'm like, who?
He was a big dog. Cardinals, big dog. That kind of did whatever he wanted. Mike Shannon.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't he suing the Cardinals?
I didn't know if
he's working for him.
There's been some. There was some. Yeah, and obviously him saying that he heard that they're trying to sell the team did not go over well with the organization. They reacted poorly to that little bit of broadcasting genius from our boy Mike Shannon.
They didn't like that.
No, they did not. 314. As a diehard fan from the beginning, what an effing slap to John Kelly and the fans, especially after everything the Kelly name stands for with this organization.
You got to save money. The cap's going up too, big time. Excuse me.
I don't know.
It's going to be up to past 100 million.
Yeah.
They spend to the cap. Where were they in attendance last year? Maybe the second half they had more people show up. I don't know. COVID really set them back. It really did. Set a lot of people back, but I don't know. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one.
Samuel Howe in the YouTube chat says, no one fires Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
And why would you?
I mean,
it was a gem.
I bet you Mike Shannon, though, was just walking around doing whatever. And you probably know.
He was untouchable.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he wanted to have a cocktail, he's going to have a cocktail.
I don't know.
If he says...
No, my favorite Mike Claibs...
I've heard so many stories.
My favorite Mike Claibs joke, Mike Claiborne joke I've ever heard in my entire life is, if Mike Shannon parked his truck in left field, they'd figure out a way to play around it.
It's unbelievable.
That was that. Claims one time said that to me about
I've
Shannon,
heard him say that,
and I'm
too.
like, that is one of the greatest lines about any human being that has ever been uttered. He could park his truck in left field, and they'd play the game around.
And I'm not 100% sure it's hyperbolic either.
No, it's not.
It might be real.
He might have been the most powerful guy in sports.
Obviously, the best positioning in left field is you start in the bed so that you jump out and then track the ball from there.
Sure. Who had more power than him in an organization? I mean, not that he was
from a broadcaster perspective.
From
No,
anybody.
Well, it's not like he was going out of his way to wield the power, but it was he could move as he pleased.
You
know?
have to think that like
Bobby Plager.
You got to think that
kind of that vibe. Yeah.
You got to think that he probably didn't do it a lot. You got to think that Vin Scully pointed a finger and the earth moved for him in Los Angeles. Like you have to, like, I just assume that's part of it.
I would think so.
You know, I think Ken Wilson was not easy to deal with, but damn, was he good.
Oh, if he met a Blues fan and moved his finger, that the earth moved for him, because Blues fans worship Ken Wilson for good damn reason.
I want to try to get him on podcast.
One of the most purely talented broadcasters I think, honestly, has ever lived.
I agree, dude. He did baseball.
Ken Wilson highlights,
it's unbelievable.
It's like up there with like Bob Costas, like opening like NBA playoffs in the 90s. It's like, how can you have every word perfectly placed? The intonation is perfect, and apparently, it's completely off the dome. You mutants, you sickos. How do you do that?
I don't even think he he just went in there and did it. Listen, I associate Brett Hall with Ken Wilson. That's when you know you're good. Brett Hall's a king of his own in his own world.
No.
But every time I think of Brett Hall, I think of Oh Baby. Brett Hall, Oh Baby, in the 90s, man. That's what got me into it, dude. Got me into it. And we forget how good Panger was, too. Did you like Panger? Did you learn stuff from Panger?
Oh, he was great.
I thought he was I think he's fantastic.
I was so sad. One of the
when he left.
Broke my heart was having to take Panger off my my favorites on my phone, because we had him on weekly for the show, and they let him go, and I was like, well, I don't need to have him in my favorites on my damn contacts anymore. I don't need to text him every week. It broke my freaking heart.
Tough moment for
I
Rock.
loved him.
Yeah,
he was the best.
He was really, really good, man.
The whole jumping hits so well every time.
Really good. You know, just loved. What's up, JoJo? Get him in. 314-590-3770. We're going to go to break. Don't go anywhere. Cam Jansen, Brenden Schaeffer, Matthew Rocchio doing our thing on Hot Take Central. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
This hour of content on the Lou Information Station is brought to you by Grandpa Pigeons, Johnny Mac's Sporting Goods, and Becky's Carpet and Tile Superstore.
Hey, see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the west.
The Lou Information Station, where we'll always call it Highway 40 or Highway 40 if you're a boomer.
The St. Louis expression?
Stream our content 24/7 at louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station.
Summer in St. Louis means one thing: Cardinals baseball. It's more than a game. It's an STL tradition. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the boom of the fireworks. It's the soundtrack to summer for Cardinals Nation. So grab your cap and glove and take your spot in the stands, because in St. Louis, baseball is more than a melody. It's our favorite song. Hey, Cardinal fans, hydrate like a champ. Head to the ballpark Saturday, July 12th as the Cardinals take on the Braves. That day, 20,000 fans 16 and older score a City Connect tumbler courtesy of Coca-Cola and Quick Trip. Stay cool and sip in style all summer long with this 30-ounce stainless steel tumbler. Don't miss out on this fan-favorite giveaway. Grab your tickets today at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Nolan Gorman, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. Cell phones will be banned in Missouri schools this fall. The governor signed a legislation this week disallowing phones in K-12 schools. The law goes into effect August 28th. Newly signed legislation will create a downtown St. Louis entertainment district, providing security as part of the plan. Proponents include tourism agency Explore St. Louis, business advocacy group Greater St. Louis, Inc., and hotel developer and operator Lodging Hospitality Management. A mother's facing charges for 2 robbery incidents years apart. Jasmine Harris was charged with robbery, endangering the welfare of a child, and other crimes in connection with incidents that happened July 7th of this year and in September of 2021. The older case involved a mother and son working together to steal a car. Demolition has begun on the Woods Mill Center in Town and Country Shopping Center near the intersection of I-64 and Highway 141. A $100 million mixed-use development with luxury condos will go in its place. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, louinfo.com weather, presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports, anytime, anywhere.
Here's your louinfo.com weather update. We'll be getting some sunshine today and more heat and humidity coming up. We'll be in the mid-90s on the air temperature, but that heat index up there around 102. We do have a slim chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. Overnight, scattered showers, mid-70s, and then a little bit better chance of rain on Saturday with low 90s, scattered showers and upper 80s on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
Join your fellow St. Louis City SC fans at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. All St. Louis area Hot Shots locations are proud to be a part of City on Tap, presented by Michelob Ultra, the official network bringing St. Louis City fans and ice-cold beer together. Catch every exciting moment of the 2025 MLS season at Hot Shots. Since 1990, Hot Shots has championed St. Louis sports, and they're thrilled to keep the tradition alive for St. Louis City SC. Find the Hot Shots near you at hotshotsnet.com.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
louinfo.com. louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story begins.
Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Yeah, let's go. Get up and get them in. 8:36 on a Friday. Excited, man. This week went pretty quick, actually. I'm going to barbecue some ribs today. I'm going to slow cook those bad boys on the Weber. Make a little snake with my charcoal. I'm going to get some fat ribs and just take my time with them, baby. Then wrap them in the end with some butter.
Getting fired up.
Oh, man. Oh, real quick, Rock. I went to Firehouse Subs yesterday. It is damn good. See, that's what I'm doing.
And I think it's 10% of every sale gets donated to firehouses, or it might be 15%.
Dude, the place is really cool. It's all fire truck stuff, and then you could give them $3 extra and get this cool bucket you put beer and stuff in. It's really cool. $10. This thing was fantastic. I get the Italian everywhere I go, and I'm starting to rate them.
If you follow them on Instagram, they every day they'll go through like spurts where it's like every day they'll be like, hey, if your name starts with a J, come in and buy one get one free.
I like that. Yeah.
Like around Christmas time, they'll be like, hey, if your name is Chris or Jesus, come on in here and buy one, get one.
I love that.
Jesus.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so so right now I did start with Subway, just Italian with everything on it. That's what I'm going to do. I give that a 5.4. Then I go to Jimmy John's and get one. That's a 5.6.
Oh, wow.
5.6. Not very good. Not very good.
Is this a 10-point scale?
And then I went to, Jersey Mike's.
If you're just going to jack Dave Portnoy's entire thing, we should be recording this and putting it out on social media.
It's a deli sandwich.
People know that we're jacking his thing.
I'm just letting you, because I'm going to be going to a lot of these damn
things.
Am I
wrong?
I think we should probably
100% jack this
how else should I do it?
Put a little counter up in the top.
It's just a content opportunity.
We put a little counter in the top right with a little sandwich and the number over it when you rate it. One bite, everybody knows the rules.
I'm just telling you. Subway, not very good. Jimmy John's, still not very good. Better bread.
I'm telling
Jersey
you
Mike's, I'm going to get it up to a 6.2. And then I go to Firehouse Subs, baby.
Uh-oh.
And I order that same damn thing.
They break the scale.
I'm bumping it up to 7.6.
Yes.
7.6 for a chain restaurant is dang good.
It's the toasted factor. It's
their dressing they put on it too, Rock. They make their own dressing. It's unique. It's different.
For me, it's like, if you're not toasting your sandwich, what are we doing here?
Oh,
what are we even doing here?
It was fantastic. So you guys got to check that mug out.
We have a texter who is against learning while watching a broadcast.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised who it is.
Hoggy Bob?
Yeah, he's against learning. The sole purpose of the concept of entertainment is to provide an escape from the reality of the specific of the world from a period of time. Learning is part of the real world. There are many ways to learn things, and entertainment is not and should not be one of those avenues to learn things. I'm so glad you never had children.
Did he? He didn't have children? Are you sure?
I have no idea.
Hockey Bob, are you a father? You can text in.
He is a father because he's got grandkids.
Because I feel like saying you should never use entertainment to teach things is like, how did you get your children through adolescence? Am I right or am I wrong, Schaefer?
Yeah,
he does not like Hockey Bob at all.
No, I'm a fan of Hockey Bob.
I am too, man.
I like Hockey Bob for what he is. He's like a shtick. He's like a character that's out there in the world. And
now, is he a hypocrite? Absolutely.
But Hockey Bob is a lot of things, and a hypocrite is one of those.
I actually do think that this is why what I was saying earlier is why I think some people don't. Is I think there's some people who are like, I don't want to watch the Blues hockey to like learn about hockey. I want to watch Blues hockey to yell at them to shoot the puck more.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot.
That's what going into the upper bowl of the arena is for. Go up there and tell them to shoot.
Cam, it's effed. I heard from an insider that FanDuel Sports gave the Blues an ultimatum. They didn't want to renew the contract and that they were also going to do this in other markets. As a diehard fan from the beginning, what an effing slap to John Kelly and the fans, especially after everything the Kelly name stands for. Reports are out of Carolina that Trip Tracy and Hannah Yates might be also out on the FanDuel Sports TV side.
Well, let's hope that's not true.
I know.
Don't like that at all.
Man.
Which is why, by the way, like
she's literally in a third world country saving lives right now, and she might get canned on the road. Oh, yeah. That's speculation.
I know it's like the press release was the Blues and FanDuel Sports and 101 and everybody's releasing the same thing. I can't, you know more than me. I cannot imagine that this was just a Blues decision. I just don't think that would be the case.
This decision, I mean, I think it's Chris Zimmerman.
Okay, I think again, you would know more than me, so I realize how silly it sounds to tell you that I don't believe you. I think it would be. FanDuel has been changing things on their entire operation ever since they took over for Bally's, and I feel like this is another casualty of that.
But if you had to ask me, I would say this is a Blues decision.
Okay. Like I said, you would know more than me, but I just cannot see that. That seems crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm with B-Schaeff exactly. It's like I can't disagree with you
because he's Cam, right? And he would know.
You will know. But man, that shocks the ever living daylights out of me. 636. I guess Hockey Bob never watched Sesame Street or Magic School Bus. That's a great take.
I like the Magic School
Bus.
God dang right.
We had a chatter the other day whose name was Mr. Frizzle, and somebody was mad at me for making a Magic School Bus joke out of that. And I was like, you give me a chatter with the last name Frizzle, and you expect me not to make a Magic School Bus joke? You don't know who I am.
You know what? 90s, late 80s, 90s book that I was obsessed with?
Goosebumps.
Oh, I loved Goosebumps. Dang right. And Are You Afraid of the Dark was cool.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yep.
I was getting a little too older for that.
The Crypt Keeper?
The Crypt Keeper is scary, man. Creep Show?
It was, man.
That was scary. There were some weird ones.
Yes, it was.
And that got me. Late at night, I think it was like a Friday night, the Creep Show would come on at like 12 or whatever. You'd stay up for it, and he'd come in like, scare the hell out of you.
I'm scared now,
What were you thinking about, though?
Berenstain Bears. You ever seen
Berenstain Bears, you mean?
Is it Berenstain?
It's Berenstain.
I got that wrong.
No, you can pronounce it Berenstain.
I know, I'm just
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Love me some Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Man. But
Clifford was a cat, actually.
Don't you try to do this thing.
I was Mandela affecting you. Anyway.
Don't try to Mandela affect us on this
Clifford.
One, sick man.
Everybody named their dog Clifford for a while there, Anyway.
I love me some Clifford.
None of the Cliffords are still with us. Yeah.
The Cardinals.
Yeah,
they're a baseball team. Yeah. And baseball sure is something. Go.
That's the lead in, huh? Hey, Miles Mikolas.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I am sure. I am so when I talk baseball, especially with you guys comfortable, but if Jim is sitting here,
oh, you get a little nervous.
You don't want to say anything.
I sound and feel so fake.
Don't do that.
I do. I feel like I can't
just to get out there.
You know,
who cares? What's
I even told Kate's
gonna do to you?
No, nothing. I just feel so dumb trying to keep up with baseball.
You got to ask questions.
That's it. That's right.
You got to learn through your entertainment.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
well
right.
done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Anyway,
that's not for hockey Bob.
I did
though.
call.
Obviously, with the Cardinals thing, and I promised the listeners this on the explanation of the show. Yeah, fine, eight runs, whatever. The real thing we got to talk about is the reaction.
You don't want to talk about good stuff. You just want to talk about the bad stuff, huh?
No, I don't want to talk about the bad stuff. I want to talk about the reality of the situation, which is everyone was adamant that we were done with either or Mikolas+Fedde for this next run of the rotation. And yesterday it confirmed to us, obviously, with Mikolas starting, and then the announcement that no, 100% rotation stays the same through this run. Mikolas pitched yesterday. He obviously pitched great.
He was great.
So maybe that's a factor into this.
Did you?
But Eric Fedde will also start in this run of the rotation, and Cardinals fans, suffice it to say, did not take that well.
Well, they weren't thrilled about it. I mean, look, man. And it's not to say that Fedde can't go and do kind of what Mikolas did last night. I just don't know that there's a lot
It's not likely.
It's not likely.
Should you as a Major League Baseball team be hedging your bets that it's going to happen that way?
And for what to what end? Like, what are you looking to gain if that's your approach? And like Derek Gould had put it out there about, well, the trade deadline is coming up, and if maybe a few weeks from now they're willing to slot McGreevy into that rotation spot, but maybe they can get something for Fedde first.
Katie Wu said that too. She's like, the Cardinals aren't going to admit it, but
that's what they're both saying. And they know their
any
stuff.
value is a material part of this.
Pay to get rid of them right now, right?
Well, and that's the thing too. Is the motivator, like, he'll throw a couple good games, hopefully, and then when we trade him, we don't have to give up. We don't have to pay to make him go away. No, I'm just saying, like, if there's a couple million left on his salary for this year, and right now, if you DFA'd him, maybe nobody would even claim him because they'd have to pay him that couple million. They'll wait till he clears, the Cardinals release him, and then they can sign him to a minimum contract if they want him in the first place. So is the hope that by maybe you throw him out there a couple times, he pitches okay, when you then trade him, you don't have to pay his salary? Like, is it a cost-saving measure? Is it we hope we can pick up a prospect if he rebuilds his trade value? And, like, at the end of July, it's still going to be McGreevy? If that's the thought process, you're wasting a couple games that maybe a guy who you think gives you a better chance to win could be pitching. What if you miss the playoffs by a game or two?
I know.
Like, they're close to
playing this game with him.
They're on an 86 win pace after their win last night. And great offense, great Mikolas. Like, credit to him. I just want to make sure to say that before we talk about some of the negative stuff. If you're on a pace to win 86 and the playoff pace is around 88, like, the margins are going to be really slim.
And you've been playing the last month without arguably your best hitter.
Yeah, and like, you're going to get him back.
And you're going to get him back.
He was rehabbing last night in Memphis, Ivan Herrera.
Yeah.
Apparently, Ollie talking too about de-emphasizing the catcher role for him. That's an interesting topic because I think they just need his bat in the lineup, and so that makes sense. But on the Fedde thing, yeah, like, to what end are you making this decision? Which, by the way, is really not a decision. It's just status quo. It's inaction. We don't have to do anything to slot Eric Fedde back in on Saturday because he's already in the rotation. So, like, this isn't anything that Ollie Marmoller's doing. That's who's on his team. That's who his 5-man rotation is. He's got to put him in there. John Mozeliak isn't doing the action move to
Marmol choked.
Make a change. No, he didn't choke. He didn't do anything. I mean, he's got no other choice.
That's the problem.
They haven't given him a choice.
They're going to extend him?
Marmol? I mean, I have no idea. That's the next guy's decision. But, like, this isn't anything to do with the field manager. Mozeliak has decided, and Ollie has said on a variety of different avenues throughout the past week that, like, this isn't there's a lot of people in the room when it comes to this decision.
Yeah.
They drug it out up until damn it. I just lost my whole headphones trying to itch my ear. They drug it up until yesterday before sharing the decision that it's going to be Fedde. And again, if you ask yourself, like, to what end, I don't think you come up with a satisfying answer, because for me, let's say Fedde goes out and has a couple good outings, or at least like moderately decent. Does that actually serve to rebuild his trade value? Does it work? Does another team go, oh, he had 2 good outings, we'll trade for him now? because of that small sample, or do they still remember that last week happened and the week before that happened? And it's like, I don't think the Cardinals are going to trick anybody into trading for Fedde.
Yeah.
If they want to trade for him, I think they would want to do it now because they think they can fix him for some reason. And if, like, I don't think that 29 other MLB teams will be duped by a decent Eric Fedde showing, as though this is some sort of a video game and all we have are the outputs of like, oh, he had a good start, trade him. Like, now's the time. I think that's a very simplistic view, and it might be the one the Cardinals front office is taking. I don't know. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I see it. I don't think I agree with the reporting that Derek and Katie, if they're saying, look, this is part of the equation, I agree that that's probably the truth. I think it's bad that the Cardinals are allowing it to be part of the equation.
What do you think McGreevy's thinking?
I mean, look,
he's like, man, let me get my groove on.
Does this have a different outcome if he doesn't give up 8 runs on Sunday in Memphis last week?
So.
Oh,
I honestly think so.
Because he happened to have
he got lit up.
His one bad start happened to have been, during this same stretch.
Literally happening simulcasting with Eric Fedde getting ripped apart.
But is that, unless there's like something underlying with McGreevy that's like he's actually dealing with a little something, and if that's true, this is just a massive bungling of PR, because just say it. It's like you don't ever want to throw a player under the bus unnecessarily, but the optics of, no, we're just making this decision in a vacuum. I would rather, I know they're trying to protect a player in that instance, but I would rather you say, McGreevy had this happen last week, and we're checking a couple of things out with him, making sure that he gets his he had a little thing with his mechanics they identified. They're going to get it addressed.
And people would be like, okay.
100%. And like, I don't know if that's true though, but like if it were, I'm just trying to speculate on what's a way that this would make more sense than it seems to make on the surface. And McGreevy kind of having a little something would be one such way. But if that's true, just tell us that.
Do you still think that going back to the trying to get any kind of return for Fedde and the way they're handling that?
Yeah.
Do you think still though, because the original discussion around what was hampering them from maybe pulling both Fedde and Mikolas out of the rotation was the lack of organizational depth. I felt like we were all pretty confident that one of them was going to get the hook, and that's why this conversation the reaction has now been, what the hell's going on? Because neither of them are getting the hook.
Well, I didn't think Mikolas was ever getting the hook.
No, but we thought Fedde was going to get the hook from McGreevy.
I thought
we
at
all
least
were pretty agreeable on that.
I thought at least for Saturday.
Yes. Yeah. And so I guess, do you think any of this is different now with the trade factor being added in with Fedde? Do you think any of this would be different if, let's say, like Robertsay and Jerpy and Tekoa Roby were all like on a path where they were succeeding and they weren't injured in the minors? Like, do you think if there was the organizational depth, we're dealing with a completely different set of conversations?
Yeah, like I think we're maybe even a matter of months away from guys like Quinn Matthews, Roby. Maybe I haven't checked up on Tink Hence recently, and it always makes me nervous when I don't hear anything about Tink Hence.
He's only had like 2 or 3. He's only had like a week or 2 since he got back.
It's like they bring him along pretty slowly. It feels like it's been longer than that, but like we haven't maybe seen or heard from him as much. I'll check out the game logs. I mean, he looks like he's pitching on a moderately regular. He last pitched on the 3rd of July, though, so it's like checking my watch here.
Hey, what's Fedde making?
$7.5 million for the year. So we're more than halfway through the year. Couple million, 2-3 million left on that deal. Like, is that the motivator over, hey, like if you even think McGreevy gives you a 7% better chance to win a game, I think it's worth pushing all your chips into that at this point in the calendar, because I know you didn't start the year thinking, we might be a playoff team this year. But when the other players have, and like part of it was Fedde too. He did pitch well up until 3 weeks ago. And so maybe you're hoping you can get some of that back. But like the other players have performed to this point that it's put you in a position to where you're in the wild card mix. You're a game out right now behind the Giants, I believe, for the 3rd wild card. You owe it to everybody.
You do.
You owe it to the fans that are still showing up, because not a lot of them are.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No.
How was it last night?
It was 20 and 21,000 were the announced attendances the last 2 nights. Now today's going to be Friday. You got the happy hour out in Budweiser Terrace. All right, maybe people are going to be
partying. What time's the game today?
7:15 probably for a Friday night game, I assume. So, maybe it's better tonight because you're talking about the weekend. But it's been bleak in terms of the support, and
you need to go for it.
I think you need to go for it to the extent that like you can do the little things. I'm not saying trade a bunch of prospects for some short-term solutions. I'm saying you have a solution who could be a short-term and a long-term one in the minors.
Well, like what then? Like what do you think of who's trade bait on this team?
That's hard to answer. I think before February, Chaim Bloom or maybe Mo does it this month. I think you're trading 2 of the position players that are on the big league roster right now. And I'm going to count.
Really?
I'm going to add.
Quote him on that. And
yeah, that's fine.
Interesting.
I'm going to add Walker and Herrera's name to that list. Not that I think specifically either will be traded, but think about you've got like 12 or so guys that you want to get playing time for. And JJ Weatherholt was just called up to Memphis, and he's already looking really good. So by February, Weatherholt's going to be in this conversation as somebody who's pushing for an opportunity. So
also, Church just keeps raking at AAA.
But like when Cam asks who's trade bait, I mean, maybe the answer is Church.
Okay, about that though,
Nathan Church.
He's a guy who he's only doing it in 100 at bats in AAA, and I just wonder if how often teams are going to react like that to a guy who was still like he's a 700 OPS AA player. And he's just blowing up this year at only 100 at bats at AAA. I just feel like
he was a 940 OPS AA player this year.
This year, yeah, but I'm just saying
in the past. I mean,
and just before this year, he's blowing up, but he's 24 years old.
Yeah, he's old. He's older to be doing it at having like a breakout now. But you can go behind the scenes and say what happened. He went to the Arizona Fall League last year and performed pretty well. Did he make a swing change? Like I don't know the ins and outs of Nathan Church's path.
I just wonder with that small of a sample size, how actually tradable he is around.
No. But like if we're talking about, people have thrown around a name like Harrison Bader or thrown around, those are small scale moves that you could make. And I said, hey, don't trade prospects. Well, what if Church kind of isn't a prospect? He could be the next type of, archetype of like an Adolis Garcia, where the Cardinals internally go, he's probably not going to turn into much. And then he does. But like, if that's how you feel about him and you've got these other guys slotted ahead, then you can trade that player to get you something that you need. I would be okay with that, or trade somebody from the big league roster and give him a look at some point. But I feel like, to your point, Rock, if we're of the mindset that we can trick somebody into trading for Eric Fedde off of 2 stars, we should be able to look at a Nathan Church and trade him off of half a season.
Good point.
Who's untouchable on the team?
I mean, you're not trading Mason Wynn. There's a lot of guys you're not trading, and that's
Walker.
He's not untouchable. No,
okay. I mean, Wynn would be the number one.
Wynn
guy?
would not be
Donovan.
dealt. Donovan is not untouchable. I mean, in my world, he would be. But it's the next guy is the guy that we're going to probably see making these decisions in the offseason. Chaim Bloom. Do you really think the Cardinals are going to come into next season with, Gorman and Sajaci and Weatherholt and Donovan and Nootbaar and Burleson and Victor Scott and like all these guys and Walker and Herrera and Contreras and Arenado, like eventually you want to consolidate it a little bit. So I think 1 or 2 is probably dealt before spring training, but I don't know if that's dealing a veteran. Do they circle back on the guys like Arenado that have contracts, try to move him? Do they move one guy from the glut of left-handed hitters? Is it Burleson because he's got team control and other teams think Burleson's a good hitter? Is it Nootbaar because he doesn't have as much team control and they're not planning to re-sign him? Is it Donovan in the same vein because they don't think they can re-sign Donovan and he's actually proven to be really good and consistent, unlike Nootbaar, who's had ups and downs this year? So Donovan actually has way more value.
They hyped
so
up
he's
Nootbaar.
The one they trade.
Man, they hyped him up, didn't they?
Well,
just like Harrison Bader. Just like the pitcher, Reyes.
Lars Nootbaar is a better career hitter than Harrison Bader, I'm pretty sure. I'll look at the stats to confirm that. And Bader's having a nice year.
Him up.
Yeah, but he's been, for his career, he's been good, though. Lars Nootbaar is still having a fine season.
When you say they pumped him up, what do you mean?
This is the narrative.
I remember seeing him everywhere. Like he's just going to be
Bader's a 93 career OPS hitter.
Superstar.
It's not close, man.
And I just feel like close.
Neutbar's a 112 career OPS.
They never talked about him as a superstar, though. They never paid him like a superstar.
They marketed him.
They marketed him.
That's people's problem is like, well, they marketed it. I'm seeing his face a lot, so he should be the best player.
Yeah, the ignorance of my baseball knowledge. That's what.
That's fair. A lot of fans feel that way.
Yeah.
You're not alone in that.
The Cardinals had the MV3, and they would market Soto Gucci because we loved the man. Like, just run with what's fun.
Yeah, and he was fun, and he got a lot of attention.
Fun.
he got a lot of attention to playing in the
World baseball.
That pissed off a lot of weirdos,
100%.
too, right?
So
here's the thing with Newt Barr and like Joe Roderick. We can joke about what Joe Roderick, had to say on STL Sports Central the other day, and we had fun with it on social media, where he said, "I'd rather have Siani. Siani provides more value," and then Rocchio just kind of let him say it. By the way, Siani is a 690 OPS right now in Memphis. Newt Barr is at a 721 in the big leagues. So,
all right. Well, we're gonna keep discussing. We got a bunch of different things. Get them in 314-590-3770. Go on YouTube, chat it up. We'll talk about it. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
There's a new way to travel, and it's one of the oldest forms of transportation. Travel by train. Yes, consider traveling around the United States on Amtrak. Traveling by train is a lot less of a headache than taking a plane, and you'd be surprised how many places you can go on an Amtrak, and there's no passports or IDs needed. Find out how to get where you're going as soon as tomorrow by train. Call the Amtrak Travel Hotline right now. We'll book your trip and email your tickets within minutes. Skip the drive to the airport and skip the lines. Call right now to book your Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States. All aboard! Do something new. Travel by Amtrak today.
800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. That's 800-428-9517.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios, this is the Lou Information Station, KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis. News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown & Crouppen. 222-2222. 222-2222.
USA Radio News, I'm Anthony Lucero. Crews are now focusing on recovery operations in Central Texas following last week's historic flooding. At least 120 people are dead, 170 remain missing. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump are expected in Texas tomorrow to tour the flood damage. President Trump's attempt to restrict birthright citizenship is being stopped for now by a federal judge. The judge also granted class action status in the case after the Supreme Court limited the ability of judges to block orders nationwide through other means. The order has been stayed for 7 days by the judge to allow the government time to appeal. President Trump's agriculture secretary is floating the idea of having people on government aid who cannot find a job begin working on farms, but farmers say that's not going to work.
As far as an all-American citizen-born workforce, no, I think that's going to be very difficult.
Russell Baining, who heads the Texas Farm Bureau, says migrant workers continue to play a vital role in agriculture. That's why he's pressing for reforms for the temporary work visa programs. Last month, the Trump administration suggested there may be a pause on the raids of farm work sites, but since reversed course. President Trump is asking his transportation secretary to take on additional responsibilities.
Secretary Sean Duffy will serve as the interim director at NASA. President Trump withdrew his first nominee, Jared Isaacman, during the fallout with Elon Musk, and reports that Isaacman had been a donor to Democrats. The space agency is at a crossroads as it works on missions to the moon and Mars. Duffy isn't the only multitasker in the cabinet. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is also National Security Advisor and acting archivist. I'm Rory O'Neill.
Wall Street closed with stocks higher.
At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 192 points. The S&P 500 gained 17 points, and the Nasdaq gained 19 points. I'm Kristen Marks.
From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Business owners, are you paying high phone bills for old school systems and lousy service? StrongTel cuts your phone bills in half and turns every phone you own into a feature-rich business system. Sean Roddy, CEO of Hennings Brothers Drilling, had this to say: "We've been a StrongTel customer for over 10 years. It's great. It even includes an intercom with video to our equipment yard. I can watch live from anywhere with my smartphone. I'd recommend StrongTel to anyone. Never miss a customer call again with your StrongTel business system. StrongTel is a proud iTex partner and always welcomes your iTex dollars. You'll get award-winning StrongTel service, a business-class phone system, and cut your phone bill in half. So visit strongtel.com right now. That's StrongTel, StrongTel.com. StrongTel.
A Texas mom.
We interrupt this program for an on-the-spot news report.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. 222-2222.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel, a delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here, and when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198.
Hey, listen to me. I'm one of the credit cards in your wallet. I'm about to explode and pop like a balloon. You're using me and my brothers way too much.
Your credit cards aren't the only ones annoyed. It's your paycheck that doesn't have enough to pay everything. Save your credit cards, your paycheck, and yourself a lot of PAIN. Pain. Call the debt helpline now, not tomorrow, right now. Our experts will show you how you can cut your interest rates and your payments on your credit cards in half. Credit card companies have special assistance programs designed to help you. Make this 100% free call right now and learn how you could get out of credit card debt. Here's the number.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569. Paid for by Zero Debt.
The Lou Information Station presents Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jensen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
Yeah, baby, 9:05, I should say, on a Friday. Hot Take Central 2.0, the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com. 855-282-8255 if you want to call in. If you want to text in, it's easy. 314-590-3770. And by the way, we are live on YouTube.
Yep.
At louinfo.com. Get into your questions, comments. I don't give a damn. Somebody did ask me what kind of chew I have, and it's a Grizzly long cut wintergreen. That's so expensive.
Not a sponsor.
It's so, I wish they, I don't know if they do that. I wish they were. He wishes it too, because he looks at the bank account.
Did you dip your toe in the Zen game at any point?
Yeah, I get people that send me a lot of this stuff. Okay. You know, and it's good. This is good for, this is hard to do for radio.
Did you notice how he just subtly,
he literally was within arm's reach of me.
Yeah, that was subtle. That was humble brag over here.
People reach out and they're like, hey, I see that you chew on your pod or whatever. And they're like, hey, I got these, try these bad boys out. And like, what kind you want? I go, just give me a smorgasbord of them. So they send me these.
I could use a smorgasbord.
So
damn.
So
he's like, I don't know, just send me all of
these.
These
are probably really expensive.
Oh boy.
But yeah, anyway, it's just, it is what it is.
So do you like the Zins? Did they get you at all, or you all pure long cut?
They asked me how much nicotine do you want? I go, I want it all, baby.
Jesus Christ.
And so these are really powerful. So I just put one like this, yoink, and then I can still talk. You could swallow it. Oh. I ain't swallowing this guy. I know dudes that gutting means you swallow it. They'll gut hardcore Kodiak wintergreen, which is even more fiberglass.
That sounds heinous.
They'll gut it, dude.
Do you ever think
you're around the ballpark? A lot of those cats, man, they used to chew so much.
More still probably do than you think.
The issue with that, I know a lot of baseball players swallow, because the baseball thing is they mix, or they always have, but to get away with it now, definitely it's always mixed with gum.
Ooh, yeah. What? As long as you got yeah. I know guys that
they mix it with gum, and so I think a lot of guys
chewing gum, so it kind of looks like
it's right in there with it. And I think a lot of guys end up swallowing it that way because it's just wrapped up with the gum.
Yeah, it's got. Yeah,
do you swallow gum?
A lot of people swallow gum.
Yes.
I swallow gum.
Really?
If I have to, I will.
But can you make a poll on YouTube?
I'll tell you this right now.
This?
I will, without fail, every single time I ate. You guys remember bubble tape?
God, yeah, baby.
Who didn't eat? Is there
the whole thing at one time?
Any kid out there who didn't chew bubble that actually chewed it like gum and didn't just eat bubble tape like it was candy?
It was candy.
Yes, I chewed it and then you spit it out because it's gum.
You spit out bubble tape?
Yeah,
It's gum. You're an insane person.
It is
gum.
gum.
I don't think it's good for you. Bubble tape. Just that entire thing's gone.
I don't think you can do. I mean, I guess you can.
No, you can.
You're still here with us.
No. If Gabriel did it, you'd be like, don't swallow.
Don't swallow that.
Don't swallow. Spit it out.
It's fine. You can swallow gum.
Can you do a YouTube poll? Do you swallow gum?
Well, I have to end our other YouTube poll, which I'm excited about the Blues' new radio TV simulcast.
No, we're not excited.
Actually, 42% said yes in the YouTube.
I actually voted yes too because I feel bad.
Okay.
I feel bad for.
So we got a new. So what's the new poll?
Do you swallow gum? Just that simple.
Yeah, but how about you just look it up real quick and be like, is gum bad for you to swallow consistently?
I would rather the YouTube
I bet you
chat
something
tell me.
bad. Rock.
Is gum bad to swallow?
It's probably still in your system, clogging up your intestines.
I don't think
You know
that's
what? I don't
true.
have to Google to know the truth. Chew. You should not swallow.
Yes.
No doubt.
You should not.
You shouldn't chew.
This is
God-awful.
so this is from the Mayo Clinic. Although chewing gum is designed to be chewed and not swallowed, it generally isn't harmful if swallowed. Folklore suggests that chewing gum sits in your stomach for 7 years before it can be digested.
I don't believe that.
But this simply isn't true.
Yeah.
It is true that your body doesn't digest chewing gum, but if you swallow it, the gum doesn't stay in your stomach. It moves relatively intact through your digestive system and passes out of your body in your stool. On very rare occasion, large amounts of swallowed gum combined with constipation have blocked intestines in children.
My.
For this reason, you and especially your
kids shouldn't even
children
chew
should not
gum.
swallow chewing gum often.
Okay. It's not as bad as I thought.
Never created a problem, but if you,
I don't want to be comments about it.
I ate bubble tape like it was crazy.
I don't
Big
know
League
if that
Chew-
sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Big League Chew would also go down pretty easy.
So far, of the 7 votes since you just put that up, not one person has admitted to swallowing gum, and it's anonymous too. So
That's insane
they have
to
no
me.
reason not to
You
tell
guys
the truth.
never swallow gum?
No.
No, man. I'm
What?
a candy eater though. I eat candy. I get my mind right.
What's your favorite candy?
Sprees and sweet tarts.
Sprees are so good.
Damn
I haven't had a
good.
spree in a decade probably,
Damn
but they are
good.
That
good.
hard,
Love it.
casing never
I
got me.
love it.
Chew it to be patient.
Yeah.
Let it melt around in there a little
It's
bit.
dang good.
That's like such a Rockio thing.
I'm the
where he's like,
owl.
I don't have the patience for sprees. Yeah, I'm going to take a what's that called? The pop. What's
The owl. I'm the owl on the
Tootsie
Tootsie
Pop.
Tootsie Roll. 1,
Yeah.
a 2,
And you take a
a
bite.
3.
Those are nasty.
screw your teeth up.
Are you kidding me? Joe Roderick downstairs in our office had a cup full of Tootsie Pops. I housed like 3 across a 3-day period. Every single one of them was delicious.
Tootsie Pops are good.
I don't
Tootsie
eat
Pops.
junk food unless my mind's right.
Okay.
I don't crave it unless my mind's right.
I know what that means.
You know what I mean?
So,
but when it is right, which is a lot.
Yeah.
I
Aaron,
will eat a lot.
which is a lot. I'm usually a great state of mind.
Aaron on the
almost
YouTube
always.
chat says nerd clusters are the best.
Nerd
Those
clusters are the
dang
best.
good.
But here's the thing.
That's
Dang
probably
good.
the number one.
I understand people who like nerd clusters, but for me, it's like I understand like the gummy is fine, but like for me, just give me a regular box of half and half purple and pink nerds, and I will just house that box
nerds
of
are
nerds.
great.
Nerds
The
are
gummy though, is
damn
the
good.
clusters are
Nerds
really
are
good.
so underrated.
Yeah, I like nerds. You know, terrible for you.
Not good
I
for
mean,
you. None of this is good
probably
for you.
just terrible
Speaking
for
of
you.
terrible for you, would you ever stop doing the chewing thing?
Yeah.
Or is that like it's just one of those things where you're like, yeah, maybe someday I would stop.
Yeah, there's a couple things I need to take care of eventually here, you know. Yeah, trust me. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I
get more into it? Kate's watching right now with the puppy.
Yeah, well, maybe I can help out. I was able to actually get my great aunt to quit smoking through a little bit of a guilt trip, but it was like her birthday, and
You
know,
guilt tripped your aunt on her birthday?
No, it was strategic. It was strategic where that makes it
Would you
sound
hide her
worse.
cigarettes?
Yeah,
No.
You planned to ruin her birthday.
You're just wasting her money.
Whether it's smoking or whatever it is, to get somebody to quit, they have to want to do it. They have to, you can't just they can't go, okay, everybody else wants me to do it, so I'm going to do it. It doesn't work.
No,
You're
you
not
do
going
it
to
for
be able to
yourself.
quit a habit. You have to want to do it.
Yeah.
And so, it was. I can't remember. I believe my wife was pregnant with Gabe, but I don't think he had been born yet. I'm trying to remember the timeline. But anyway, it was with some family, and it was her birthday, having some margaritas and stuff in her neighbor's at her neighbor's house, and we just get to talking, and I whatever the comment was where I said that, it kind of subtly brought up, I'm going to go out to get a smoke or whatever. I'm like, you really would love to see you not do that anymore. And I said, I want you to be around for Gabe,
Ooh,
which
that's where you're at.
It legitimately worked though. That was all I had to do. It was like a brief conversation. And she said, that's stuck in my mind.
God, yeah.
And so, she was able to quit from that. But I will say this, my mom does this, it's called auriculotherapy. And it's like once you are in a state of mind where you want to quit the habit, you get zapped.
You can get
electric shock.
I don't know that it's quite that
Sounds
intense.
horrifying.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite like that. I don't even really.
What do they do?
It's
like dream state or something.
It's like a
Total Recall.
Ear acupuncture is what it's labeled as. Whatever the case, whether you think it works, doesn't work. I've seen a number of examples of my mom doing this to people and it having results. And
I got a couple things that I need to get zapped away.
But it's one of those things where like you have to be in your state of mind of like, I want to quit this habit of chewing or whatever it is, of nicotine. And I'll be darned, like she would do it for people and it would work. Sometimes she would do it and then, they would relapse on smoking again or whatever. So it's not like 100% effectiveness, but the people that like go into it with the mindset of like, I'm going to do that. I can do this. I'm going to accomplish this and I want to. It's amazing, how often that ends up.
You got to do
working.
it for yourself. I tried to when I was really bad on painkiller abuse, opioids. And I tried and I tried and I tried and I wanted to do it so bad. But my body just was so hardcore shut down when you're trying to do a cold turkey. So I had to go to the doctor, man, and get help with another drug that slows you down. I'm still fighting, guys. Slowed my body down, and that makes me like, my hardcore. No, that's drained out. But you cannot drink. You don't even want chew. You don't want anything. You don't want anything because if you drink, it makes you feel horrible. But then you got to get off that. It's called Suboxone. It saved a lot of lives.
Yeah.
Saved a lot of lives.
Ryan Bowman, Juicy Fruit was the only gum I could help but swallow. But that was only when I was a kid.
Damn good.
If you're still swallowing gum as an adult, something's wrong. Why are you still chewing gum as an adult, you absolute child?
What?
Somebody say it to you?
Stop chewing. Yeah, I don't chew gum as an adult. I was talking about when I was a kid.
You don't chew gum now?
No, I'm not a child. Get out of here.
What?
I only do it for my breath.
There's no way you believe what you're saying right now. What is happening today?
This is what I have to bring everywhere I go.
Who even chews gum as an adult? Of course, I'm not swallowing gum as an adult. I'm not still 12.
Yeah,
the story was about when I was a kid, my guy.
Not one vote swallows gum.
I thought you still did too. My bad.
No, I'm talking
you
about
made it out like you're still doing it.
Why are we talking like swallowing?
I'm sorry. Do you think I'm buying bubble tape as a 33-year-old adult?
No, you can buy gum.
I buy sprees.
There's other. Clip that off.
Kate just loaded me up the other day. She's like, "What do you want from the gas tank?" I go, "Give me booze, wine, and a bunch of candy."
Give me some sprees.
Sprees, like a child. I'm Gabriel.
Booze, wine, and a bunch of candy.
It's not a childish endeavor to chew gum, though. I know lots of adults chew gum. I don't think that's a
sure. Just
Kate does.
Walking around smacking your cud. Fine. Being an adult in public, walking around chewing your cud.
God, you and Hockey Bob going toe to toe on a text line?
Oh, all day long. All day long.
I don't think any of this is real.
All day long.
Funny. You guys are getting into politics now. While you're talking,
Aaron on YouTube, real quick.
Is
there is kid
gum and adult
and there's
gum.
adult gum.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not wasting my money on Trident.
What is going on?
It helps your breath, though, dude. And I need that desperately when I got freaking Kodiak wintergreen in my lips.
Teeth, Cam.
I do. I brush my teeth. Ask my wife. I brush my teeth, probably 6-7 times a day, and I have this carrying around mouthwash everywhere I go. And you can't really, people think I'm probably drinking this like I'm straight up alcoholic.
It's a different,
because I have the big one in my car. I carry it everywhere. People think I'm.
It's a jug, officer. You want some?
Yeah, I'm seriously. This is I'm not drinking it.
Although
I think you can. I think when you're in really bad shape, you can drink
that's what
this.
I said. People probably do.
You can.
If it's got a lot of those mouthwashes don't have the alcohol in them anymore, but for those that still do, I guess you'd have to be down pretty bad.
I got this new toothpaste too that I ordered online. It makes your teeth white a lot.
You get
more
that from
white.
You get that from TikTok?
Yeah, I did. No. Or somewhere online.
I've seen it advertised. I've seen different stuff like that advertised.
It's called Snow.
Okay. No, that's a different thing.
No, that's different. That's called Blow.
Cam,
Rocks 11 says, "Yeah, I hate the feeling of toothpaste after brushing in the morning, so I chew gum every morning to get rid of it."
Okay. Yeah, all right, but you're doing damage to your teeth after you brush your teeth, and you're putting sugar back in there.
There's certain gums that I think are adult gum where it's probably fine, and it's not juicy fruit, or what was the one that it would lose the flavor after like 30 seconds? The zebra stripe.
Yes.
Yeah. That stuff was so good, but it would be like,
I wonder if they're still making money.
Aaron says 6 to 7 brushes a day. This show is full of extremists.
I swear to ask my wife.
Cam's sitting there.
I'm staring into the
You're
camera.
not brushing your teeth. You're using. You have the picks going on.
I got everything, baby.
You're not actually sitting there with
100%
toothpaste on a toothbrush 6 or 7 times a day, are you?
100%.
I would take the under.
I'm a psycho.
How are you home that much?
I'm home a lot.
6.5 is the over under.
Ask my wife.
I would hit the under. I'm not saying he's not
hit the under every day.
I think he's just
After I chew a ton. So every time I take it out, I go in there and brush my teeth.
Is part of that a house rule?
No.
I
got rules.
You're not allowed to get a foot within K until you brush your teeth.
She's so immune to this. Are you out of your damn mind? We've made out before with chewing my mouth.
Oh, Kate.
Did she know though going into that you had one in?
Pulled away angry?
She's
probably not. Probably not. No. I forgot I had it in.
Okay.
Oh, God.
That might be
forgot
worse.
I had it in.
That would have been grounds for divorce.
Auriculotherapy.
She loves it when I'm driving her car right now because my truck's kind of messed up and I got to get some things fixed. And I chew in there.
How did you mess up your truck? You do so much off-roading with it.
Well, we had, just getting older. I need a new truck.
Oh, okay.
I need a new truck. I do. It's time. I need to get a new one. I want to keep a truck though. I do. I love trucks.
Why do you want to keep a truck?
He's a truck guy.
I'm a truck guy.
Let's get into why you're a truck
because I still use my bed.
You got a lot of 2x4 you got to haul?
No, well, with the house stuff, actually, we get mulch all the damn time. I'm hauling away different stuff.
Do you get industrial amounts of mulch at any one singular time?
When you say mulch,
I got a monster house. And there's a lot of stuff around
what are
it.
you doing? You got it
takes a lot.
The landscaping is. Do you have to mulch like those trees like 40 yards from your back porch?
Yeah, we pay for that.
Are those yours? Like you have to mulch those?
Yeah, it's my yard.
I didn't realize those ones like 40 yards from your back porch. You got
dude. There's stuff that you got to clear out all the time, and we could pay for it. We could have the company that does everything.
Don't you have a bunch of like bushes right back there too?
Yeah,
and you got to mulch all that. Okay, that's fair.
That's what I mean. We went to this place and I had to get like 5 truckloads. Go back and forth and back. So I use my truck a lot. I use the bed a lot, and I want another one. I feel safe in that damn thing. I want to get. I do.
You feeling safe in that damn thing? I feel like that's because you're confident that if any other car got in your way, you'd win the fight.
You're like a tank.
The big truckers are in charge of the road. They're the big boys. You cater to them.
So you're saying
but if you're in another big truck, you're intimidating a little bit.
So I was like, is this less about you feeling safety over bigger cars or you feeling dominance over smaller cars? I feel like I figured out which one it is. Yeah, it's 100% an ego thing.
I don't like driving. I love
He likes to look down at Camrys.
I do. No, 100%. I like to sit up top, and I'm looking down on you. Everybody's looking down on me in Kate's car right now, and I don't like it.
Every time I come in here and I'm leaving the parking lot by Cam, he's like, "Look at that Focus he's getting into. What a loser!"
Cam's got a little water gun, and he starts like hitting people with their sunroofs open just over the top.
I look down upon you.
I've only ever driven cars. I've only ever driven cars.
I had a Chevy Blazer, which was before like the crossover SUVs became like the standard SUV size
car.
That was kind of what SUVs were sized before.
Yeah.
Like the Chevy Blazer was about a little bigger than a crossover, definitely smaller than an SUV.
I like those Blazers.
Those are the biggest one. That's the biggest one I've ever driven, and I loved that car. Chevy Blazer was fantastic.
I've had everything, man. I've had sports cars and SUVs and trucks. I just like truck. I do. It's comfortable.
Would you ever be able to go to the sports car super low to the ground?
No, not ever again. No, out here.
Yeah.
No, you're miserable. I don't know how people I see.
What Maddie got
the potholes. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. And an $100,000 Corvette.
Well, to his point, and that's why a lot of the players around town have 2 cars because they have the one that they can drive when they know there's not going to be a pothole, and they have the one that they can drive every other day because they might have to get on Manchester where there's potholes.
Yeah. If your everyday car is a sports car, you're
banging that thing up,
messing that thing up.
The suspension's going to be murdered.
Dude, I was driving. I spent a lot of money on this thing because I was in that phase where I was still playing for the Blues. Kate and I were cruising around in that thing, going to Harry's and stuff like that. Like it was a fashion statement. You know what I mean? All blacked out, looked like the Batmobile. It was loud like a stock car. I'd play heavy metal, just kind of play it up like, tough guy, whatever. But then after a while, I started getting pulled over all the time, which is Not good.
No?
I almost got dragged out of the car one time because I was going really, really fast.
Don't do that.
Nah, I know. I got lucky. And then now I'm on 44 going to a game, and the dump truck's in front of me spewing out little rocks, and they're hitting my car, and I can't avoid it. And then you look, it's all nicked up. I put my hockey bag back there one time, and I scraped the back of it. Just things like that. Hit a bump, this, that, the other. I'm like, nope, not anymore. So I sold the damn thing.
Not one person has said they swallowed gum. Just so we're clear.
Did they swallow gum when they were a child? It was the actual question.
You wrote the question.
I did. You're right.
You had complete control over the question that was posed.
Hey, Cam, since the Blues made the broadcast change, will you still fill in for Joey on some road trips and started getting pretty good at color commentary?
I wanted you to read that one because I didn't want to ask if that was not something you wanted to approach.
Yet.
You don't know.
I'm going to call Curbs and Joey and them, and I'm letting everything settle down. It's not about me right now, so let them kind of figure some things out. And then hopefully,
you say, hey, I'm still here, guys. Whatever it is.
I'll do something with Andy on the road or something. You know what I mean? Have some funny commentary or whatever they want to do. I don't know. I don't know.
Down to clown them?
I'm down to do whatever they want, but I'm not going to. Maybe I should be more aggressive and stuff like that, man. But I feel like it all happens when it happens. You know what I mean? I did 40 games last year. I'm not like I wasn't hidden.
You did 40 games?
You did 40?
I got it. About 35, 40 games.
That was going to be my reaction, too. I was like,
wait a second.
I would have, if you would have guessed right now, I would have said 25.
Did you only do road or did you do some home?
Home, yeah.
You did a lot of home, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joey was doing a lot of TV. What do you think he was doing TV for?
Oh, gee.
You know?
It all comes back around, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
Watch the things that happen around your
wait
life.
a minute.
The message
If you think about it, if you really think through this a little bit, the person that lost their job is actually Cam.
Yeah, I know. I know.
No, because it's like, hey, I'm doing TV. You fill in? Yeah, man, sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one broadcast now.
Listen, I knew things were so up in the air. I trust me.
The realization coming in like,
I knew
crap.
this from the get-go that things were changing probably.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to get my foot in the door to show that I can and I could be professional.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times too, they listen to my podcast, like they all do. They all hear the quote, whatever, and I'm wild on there. But here I'm not as wild, and I certainly didn't go over the edge next to Chris Kerber and all the guys on the road when you're with Doug Armstrong. And so, I'm there. So I had my groove, and I felt really good. And I think I kind of proved to him that I'm not going to be wild. I'm wild with Andy on our pod. That's it. And then here you settle down a little bit more. And then there you just got to be straight professional. You do. You can be funny and use your humor here and there, but you got to be a freaking professional, man.
No, that's your credit because you fit the circumstances of whatever, it's all broadcasting, but there are nuances
and
to
people
it.
are like, how do you cuss and then not cuss? I'm like, it's easy.
You just don't.
Don't you not do it? You're in a locker room, you're like, blah, 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 blah. Then I'm like around Kate's family, and I'm probably in the girls, I'm not going to do it as much. Although they don't care.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Depends on where you're at. I'm not going to throw F-bombs out when there's women in here doing their show and I'm out there throwing. I can't do that.
When you first started doing broadcasting, was that hard?
No.
You just immediately
it's a switch.
It is a switch. And people are like, well, how do you know what you can and can't say? It's like, I don't know. You just do radio and you're like, these are the words you can't say. These are the ones you can. And that's it.
Say damn, ass,
And
biatch.
the funny thing is that
hell, crap.
Yeah.
There's things you can say.
I thought for sure. You can say bleep, and then it's like, no, you can't actually say that one. I thought that was coming for sure.
Have you ever dumped the button on me?
Have you ever dumped Cam?
Oh, yeah, we've dumped you before.
What is
you're right.
You're talking like,
wait.
why would you come here with such confidence, my
that
dude?
was a stupid way to approach that.
You know you've dropped the S-bomb a couple times.
Yeah.
And also,
that's right.
It's the little ones.
I asked him a question. He's like totally lying
It's
to me.
also the little ones, too. I think I have had to drop you because of the ones you forget about, which are the GDs. Because you can't say both.
Yeah, you can say one.
And also, you can't add, you can say ass. You can't say
any other thing related to it.
You can't say the two-syllable version.
I don't say a-hole. I don't say that word ever.
I think a GD got you one time, but I think the S word is the other ones.
Yeah.
Is it weird
ones, he said,
that I heard...
Let's 2 or 3. Listen. Well, I've gotten bad. I love hockey players, and I love Sonny to death, but the man was good for 2 every time we had him on.
Oh, and Chaser.
Chaser's always good for 2 every time you have him on.
No kidding.
Have Twister
and I'm
on.
okay with it. That's why I love hockey player interviews because there's a level of freedom and honesty that you just don't get from other sports.
Yeah.
And so I'm fine with dumping people. It's fun.
Yeah, no, don't do it.
Don't
do it. You don't want to get jammed up. Puts everybody in the jam. But yeah, man. So anyway, a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. You know, I don't know.
Well, I'm rooting for you, Cam, and all of it.
I appreciate that, homie.
Yeah.
It always works out, you know. I hope Andy and I could still be on the same page with the pod. That's going to be a little bit of a different thing. So, you know.
You talked to him at all yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. We talk every day, multiple times a day.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean, we really do. Like, I talk to him more than probably anybody besides Kate. You know, we're great business partners. We got a lot of things. Like,
got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah. What time you need, Andy? Okay, I'll be there. You know, because we got to go off his schedule. Let's see.
He said that with a little bit of a.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm just letting you know. I'm telling you. I just, it's when you have 3 kids.
That's fair.
I got to cater in a way, but I do get, riled up a little bit here and there because I live far away. You know what I mean? So
I know about living far away from places.
Yeah, you know. Like, that's why
this morning I texted you guys. I said, "Hey, it's going to be more of like a game times on time scenario today."
That's fine, baby.
Because my kid had the wrong shoes, and
we get the game, and then we appreciate you coming in, man.
What made them the wrong shoes?
Well, he's got these shoes that we call them his duck shoes because they got ducks on them, and we got them off of Amazon. But then, like, he got those shoes all dirty, but we ordered the next size up. But we still have the other ones on the shoe rack. Probably a mistake. And I just grabbed the wrong ones. I'm like, those look kind of dirty. I wonder if those are the wrong ones. And then after he's walking around for a minute, he goes, "Dad, my foot hurts." I was like, "Oh, there's definitely the old ones." And so then I said, "Hey, bud, I think these are the old ones. Sit down so I can check." And he didn't want to. He's like, "I want to wear these ones." So it wasn't until I got him off, and then I just like pretended to switch him. I'm like, "Okay, you can put the same ones back on." And he, but then he wants to wear. But then he wants to wear the new ones. I said, "Well, good. Guess what? These are the new ones." I was lying. And so, put on the shoes, please. I'm going to miss the show.
Play with a child.
So we handled it.
It's actually an interesting question. And you guys let me know, too, out there at 314-590-3770. And, of course, ask on YouTube as well. Just go to Lou Info on YouTube, click search, and we'll pop right up. But they said, would the reaction be the same if it was reversed, if Curbs and Joey were let go?
Yeah, people would be livid.
Yeah.
People would be
more livid.
I would say that's a fascinating question.
It's weird because some Curbs goes toe to toe with people on Twitter. Like they're hard on him at times. I feel like I don't see anybody.
It's all love for John Kelly. But I think the thing with like the radio broadcaster is like you're going to get the demographic that's more of an old school fan than the TV broadcast maybe. And so like if you mess with the radio broadcast, that might piss people off even maybe more. And so, like, I don't know if the demographic of people that's going to get upset about something like that maybe listens to radio more. And so you might, but they also may or may not be on Twitter. So it's hard to say. We like judge reaction based on what Twitter says, which is not,
listen, if anything that happens, drastic happens like that with an organization, Cardinals, Blues, anything like that, somebody gets fired or whatever, no matter what, the reaction is negative.
Yeah.
Negative.
Yeah, but this is a guy that's, it's a family legacy as well. Like there's a lot of like dad's name's on the press box. Am I not mistaken? Like that's a tough one.
Oh yeah. I didn't even thought about that.
It's not like he's been fired in disgrace, but like they're moving on and that's uncomfortable. Whenever that's going to happen, you're going to have people upset about that because he's an institution.
And you look at him like again, those other guys that were old school that just were there for 50 years. I don't know. It's interesting, man. We shall see. All right, we're going to go to break. We're going to regroup. We will be back. This is Hot Take Central 2.0.
Hot Take Central 2.0.
Now, as you sports fans know,
it's really getting out of hand, man. It's blown way out of control.
With Cam Jansen.
I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
You're a legend in the city, living by day instead of night.
Weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hell yeah.
Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
This whole situation is out of control.
Summer in St. Louis means one thing: Cardinals baseball. It's more than a game. It's an STL tradition. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the boom of the fireworks. It's the soundtrack to summer for Cardinals Nation. So grab your cap and glove and take your spot in the stands, because in St. Louis, baseball is more than a melody. It's our favorite song.
This is Victor Scott II, and there's something for everyone at Busch Stadium. Meet us at the ballpark on Sunday, July 13th, as the Cardinals take on the Braves. 20,000 fans, ages 16 and up, will score a slick retro warm-up jersey courtesy of Mercy. And 10,000 kids 15 and under can grab a one-of-a-kind Cardinals basketball thanks to the Pasta House Company. It's fun for the whole family. Don't miss it. Get tickets at cardinals.com/promotion. St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
LouInfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. Cell phones will be banned in Missouri schools this fall. The governor signed a letter this week disallowing phones in K through 12 schools. The law goes into effect August 28th. Newly signed legislation will create a downtown St. Louis entertainment district, providing security as part of the plan. Proponents include tourism agency Explore St. Louis, business advocacy group Greater St. Louis, Inc., and hotel developer and operator Lodging Hospitality Management. A mother's facing charges for 2 robbery incidents years apart. Jasmine Harris was charged with robbery, endangering the welfare of a child, and other crimes in connection with incidents that happened July 7th of this year and in September of 2021. The older case involved a mother and son working together to steal a car. Demolition has begun on the Woods Mill Center in Town & Country Shopping Center near the intersection of I-64 and Highway 141. A $100 million mixed-use development with luxury condos will go in its place. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We'll be getting some sunshine today and more heat and humidity coming up. We'll be in the mid-90s on the air temperature, but that heat index up there around 102. We do have a slim chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. Overnight, scattered showers, mid-70s, and then a little bit better chance of rain on Saturday with low 90s, scattered showers and upper 80s on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Fenton Bar and Grill, home of the best trash wings in the St. Louis area and the best servers in town. Fenton Bar and Grill is located on Rudder Road in Fenton, just minutes away from the soccer park. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., so anytime is a good time to enjoy Fenton Bar and Grill. While you're there, say hi to Chuck, the 2024 Mater D of the Year. And know you'll always be around people that love sports. It's a guaranteed great time at Fenton Bar and Grill. More at FentonBarandGrill.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown and Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown and Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown and Crouppen now.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in Kirkwood.
I once got catfished by a girl in Kirkwood. Before catfishing was really even a thing.
This is the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com with live and on-demand content on YouTube. And catch all of our local shows on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you listen to podcasts. KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis. Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen.
The most perfectly trained athlete ever.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
I'm an influential and respected man.
On the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Yeah, 9:36 on a Friday. Hot Take Central 2.0 coming at you. Cam Jansen, Brenden Schaeffer, Matthew Rocchio. This is the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com. You can call in at 855-282-8255. You can text in at 314-590-3770. And we're on YouTube. Hi, Lou Info on YouTube.
Hi.
Just click it. Hi, how are you?
Like the stream on YouTube, by the way. We've got a lot of commenters, but we got to get those likes. You press that little thumbs up. It just helps kind of get the word out to more people for a new channel.
Helps everything.
By the way, YouTube chat has a question that is, I think, appropriate for the show.
What up?
Aaron said, Schaefer, as a dad, what are your thoughts on the Missouri school student cell phone ban? Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I did hear about that.
I guess they enacted a bill or a law or something that cell phones are banned in schools now in Missouri.
It's probably a gigantic distraction.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
not probably.
No, it's 100%.
So not just as a dad, I can approach this for a couple of years. I was doing substitute teaching in a high school. It's been a couple of years. Oh yeah.
You told me that. That's
like
right.
2018. Well, in 18 we moved to Texas, and I did some down there. I was doing it in 17, 18, then came back 19. Even did a little in 21.
God, you were young.
Yeah.
How old were the kids?
The kids were high school age. I mean,
oh man,
dude, I was mistaken often for a student. More like
you still would be.
As much as you think I was, it happened that often.
You
and
look
then
young.
some.
Like, did you get asked for a hall pass?
I was the guy asking for the hall pass for a semester. I was like, they have an employed hall monitor who's basically like a they call it like a gosh dang it, I can't think of the word. It's not an assistant, but it's an adult person. A lot of times it'll be like a retired teacher or somebody with their teaching degree that hasn't yet gotten a full-time job, and so they'll get in as this hall monitor role, and it's just like support staff kind of stuff. But effectively, I would just walk around all day and like work with the different offices to get kids where they needed to go, and like that was because they.
So you weren't teaching. You were
the guy who was the hall monitor that semester was called into a classroom because the theater teacher some didn't work out, and so he had to take over because he was licensed to be in a classroom full time. I was not. I don't have my education degree, but I could be a long-term substitute for hall monitor position because that's not the same thing. I could be a daily sub in different classes. I just couldn't be like in charge of the curriculum for a real class, the same class all semester like this guy could. So he went into the theater room, even though I would have been a better theater teacher than this guy because that's what I did in high school. They should have bent the rules and just let me teach the theater class off the street because I could have done it. I took the class it was my high school that I went to, Holt. And so I could have done a brilliant job instead of the kids sitting there playing Mario Kart all day. But anyway, that kind of stuff I got to see of like how much the cell phones impacted things, even compared to when I was in high school and you had cell phones, but it was like a flip phone, right?
Yeah.
And so as much as you think it impacts learning and stuff, it's that and then some. And that's why my reaction to this is good luck, because now you're just pinning it on the teachers to be able to enforce this. Good luck. Students don't listen. They didn't listen 4 years ago when I was subbing. I am sure it's only gotten worse.
Have to lock it into some sort of box.
They can have it. No, because like the parents' concern is going to be, what if there's an emergency? The kids can have it on them. They just can't have it out. And even at lunch, I saw it's going to be.
So like, is this just like formalizing schools making a rule?
No, I
for
think
like
it's
detentions?
That's my point. Is like, how are you going to enforce this?
Yeah, like what's the enforcement? In a school like like a public school can legally not allow
maybe that's the language
they
of it.
Not have a policy of punishment.
Does this cover the school to say if we have a policy that you can't have your phone out, it's legit?
Like when I was in high school, I mean, they were coming after phones hard because it was the advent of
they gave up.
Of cell phones. Yeah,
they since gave up.
I was working at an hourly job a few years ago as a second job, and I would talk to the high school kids, and they'd be like, "Oh no!" At the same high school I went to, and they'd be like, "No, we just have our phones out and use them blatantly, and the teachers don't say anything." And I was like, "I'm sorry, that did not compute in my brain. What did you just say?"
No, they can't.
That's nuts.
I'm telling you, as a teacher, when I was subbing, you had no power, and it was like it kind of emboldened students even more to like be like, there's no respect for. I'm going to sound like such an old guy, but for real, like a lot of students, there are classes that are, but some of the classes, man, you can't do anything because of just like the collective disrespect that is
for the teacher,
for the authority of the teacher.
Yeah.
And I'm a sub, so like probably I get it more than maybe the real teacher.
You got nothing right there.
But I'm telling you, it happens to the real teachers.
What do you say to these kids too, man? Because you say the wrong thing to them, you They have a lot of power if they want to speak out on all kinds of stuff.
Or they can say, as the sub did this, that, or the other, and you're jammed up.
So and it takes so long for him to figure out that it's not the case.
So I tried
your
to
name's
be
tarnished.
Because I do look young, and it was like, like word would spread throughout the school, like, oh, hey, the guy that's not a student but looks like one is our sub today in 5th period.
Let's get him.
And like a kid would come through like, I got you 5th period today. I'll see you later. And so like kind of was, and I was also the hall monitor, so I would walk around. So I was seen. And then it got out that, oh, he's the guy with 20,000 Twitter followers. And it became like I was like a celebrity at the school. And it was very uncomfortable because I'm like, yeah, no, that's just my other job. Like, yeah, I'm trying to work in sports media and stuff.
They like that, didn't they?
And so it was like, hey, let's not give the sub a hard time. That's the cool sub.
Yeah, dude.
It just kind of worked out that way. And I was like, I'm like, hey, if we can just be cool, you're going to be cool. I'm going to be cool. Just like, don't do anything that I have to call anybody else in for. And we're going to survive this 15 minutes. Like that was my speech when I was in the classroom. And I would be sitting there writing articles too. Like it was like, I was double timing. This was a good gig for me when I wasn't doing radio. Shout out John Hadley. I was able to.
He gets a lot of shout outs.
That's what happened though. When he was like,
I remember it.
I'm gonna replace
you.
I am
so confused right now.
I was too.
Cam Jansen can tell you anything you want to know.
No, I can't.
Fed me a
Top
line.
of the afternoon to you, Randy. Guys like me who had an expiration date of 2012.
That's really what happened. Is I think I was doing stuff in this studio.
I have a general philosophy about this radio station.
Not to have Brenden Schaeffer on it.
That was his philosophy after a point in time.
I remember working with you, and then you got fired. And so
I didn't really get fired. I got phased out.
That's what it was.
And Rockio was, because like, well, you don't really have availability because you go to those Cardinals games. I'm like,
that feels like that should be a useful thing to use.
That should be valuable to the station that I can bring that perspective.
Oh my
God.
God.
And so basically it was all a line of bull so that he could bring in his guy to get to have a job when he didn't have one. That's all that was.
Yeah.
But so then after that I started substitute teaching during the day and I'd write articles and stuff. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I was, but long story short, I have that perspective on the cell phone thing. Good luck. You can make it a law, but like the poor teacher who already has a lot on their plate, that's who has to enforce it. And a kid's going to go, what is a law? You're going to arrest me? Like, it's going to be very interesting to see how, if this actually works. Me? Yeah, it's,
So a lot of trans news.
And quite a bit of trans news,
Oh, man, there is a lot of news.
Can't convince me there isn't a perfect spot to play that drop every time.
It's always good.
Jimmy the Cat finishes talking about the Cardinals game. Sure, a lot of trans news.
God bless Frank, man. He is the best.
He is
so
the best, man. Frankie. Oh, man. You do got to tell Randy Carricker, though, that we got to get this trivia thing going. That's interesting with John Kelly and him.
Randy obviously loves a good trivia.
Oh,
and
man.
I've given up trying to stump him at this point because I was not very good at it on the fight.
No.
I don't understand why I still owe this guy a steak and he said he wants to go to Hawthorne Inn instead.
He won't explain
the bet was.
Who's this texter? What's the area code?
It's Wobbs. It's 314. It's in orange. Yeah, okay. I don't understand.
I'll respond because I want to know.
Let's see. They should allow them to at least be able to listen to music and jam out while working.
Yeah, I mean, and look, it gets to be one of those things where, like Rock said, when he was in high school, and then I'm a little younger, even when I was in high school, it was like push back. You're kind of secretly using your phones, but then it becomes so normalized. Once they gave up on it almost, then it's like the Wild West, and there's nothing that can really be done. You're not going to be able to enforce anything because the kids are so used to being able to do it one way. And now it's this other thing. And the teachers as well. I don't know. Like the teachers definitely, I think if they had their way collectively would say no phone usage. But it's like now I'm the one that has to enforce that in addition to all the other stuff I have to do in the classroom.
It's going to be a pain in the ass.
The teachers individually will end up deciding like, am I going to make this a thing? Some will. The old school ones probably will. Some will go, hey, look, in my room, don't tell anybody. But like, as long as you're respectful about it, we're not going to have any problems.
Or you're not cheating.
Yeah.
On paper.
Well, I mean, you can forget cheating. That just happens down. Chat GPT. That's all they probably do in high school. It happens in college. We're down a path that's going to be tough to get back from. And again, I sound like I'm 100 years old when I talk about this stuff, but I am so resigned to it that like it's just going to be the way of.
And it's so weird. Like these kids aren't looking up knowledgeable stuff on there, man. Like they're just not.
And when you think about Chat GPT and stuff, like it feeds from the information that's out there in the world. So when we stop valuing the pursuit of that information. It just gets dumbed down, and there's just like a median AI slop that's going to be kind of the standard.
What's Grok 4 up to right now?
I don't know. Good.
Yeah, they're wrong on all kinds of stuff, man.
And it was like anti-Semitic the other day. And
He's talking about Hitler.
They had to shut it down.
What was that? It spazzed out.
It spazzed out.
I keep thinking it's just Elon responding to everybody. Like a psychopath.
He programs it, so he puts
like,
stuff in there that's like one day last week it said I am Elon Musk and here's how I feel about this, and it's like they had to delete that. Yeah, because it started talking like it was Elon in the first person. It's ridiculous.
Dude, look at the conversation that Matt Rocchio is having on the text line with Hockey Bob.
Oh no!
While he's hosting or being part of the show, he's having another conversation it gets.
I'm actually on Hockey Bob's team on this one, though. But anyway.
What's he saying?
Well, we just,
Oh, it just goes and goes.
Yeah.
Oh, and then then it gets, oh, boy.
It went from politics to, there's just a little bit of everything.
And Rock, it's just so funny. I should read it, but it's all good. It's all good.
We'll let it go.
Let's see here. Let's see. As Cam would say, there will be floods in Texas, but there was a flood of runs last night at Busch Stadium, baby. Let's go.
Don't do that.
Oh, that was great.
No,
that was great.
That is kind of similar to your comments from.
Oh yeah, I know. I didn't even think about that being derogatory, but it certainly was. People are dying, and
they are. That is happening.
A little update on that. The floods, though, man. There's still like 171 people still missing.
That's an awful situation, man.
It's so god awful. Oh yeah. Get them in, by the way, 314-590-3770.
That's pretty good. You see ellipsis.
What'd he say?
I remember in high school, someone installed the game Halo on the school network somewhere deep in some folder that nobody would have thought to look. So we had giant Halo games going at all times.
I never got to enjoy anything like that. I loved high school because I didn't really do much.
You probably did love high school,
especially up in Windsor.
Oh, boy.
Up in Canada, we're going to high school. I was making way more money than teachers. Big old truck.
While you were in school.
In high school.
Wow.
Yeah, I had $250,000 signing bonus. Drafted.
Did that cause you to respect authority in high school? How did that go?
I went to 2-3 different high schools, I think, just to meet new people or whatever. I think it was just 2, and I went to a Catholic high school, so you had a dress code. Didn't obey that at all. I'd park anywhere I wanted. I'd go in halfway, leave early with people, and just they had no control over me.
We live different lives, man. That's so interesting to think about. Why wouldn't you be that way if you had
I was nice to everybody.
250 bonus at 17 or whatever?
Yeah, man, it was awesome. It was awesome.
That sounds awesome. It sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
I'll
still
admit.
going to high school, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing here? You want to get out of here?
Oh, yeah. I know. I knew I was leaving the next year anyway, so it didn't matter.
Oh, man.
Let's see. I should be allowed a phone if one of my teachers is allowed to order sex toys on a school computer.
I don't think they're allowed to do that.
There's been a lot of stories about good-looking women, teachers, doing things.
You can't do that.
Have you not seen, it pops up every other day, and the girl's hot. Where are those teachers when I was in school? Nowhere to be seen. No offense to everybody. I mean, now they're...
Eli puts the mic as far away from him as he can.
No offense to Eureka High School. We love you. We love everything because we love it. But I see that popping up everywhere. Do you not notice that?
I think it pops up because the people, it's like its own version of clickbait. Like, you're going to prioritize putting that story out there because Cam Jansen's going to comment on it or he's going to put a like on it. It's just a way to feed engagement.
I'm not going to put a like on that. I'm going to read it, though.
But you're going to click on it.
I'm going to click on that.
You're going to click on it.
How about the one guy is standing by his wife who had a relationship with the kid, and he's standing by her like a cuckold? Weird.
It's not
weird.
It's not great. Eli, how you doing today? Doing good.
What's up, Eli? Baby?
You like this talk?
He's rolling his eyes at me.
Do you see him push the mic away? He's like, I want nothing to do with this.
You know what? I'm gonna let Cam talk, and we're gonna let him.
He's like,
take the point on this one.
We're gonna get through these next 8 minutes one way or another.
We'll be okay.
We're gonna get through this together.
Oh man! What do you got going this weekend, Eli? What are you doing this weekend?
Working. At my other job. Yep. Putting in about 6 hours both days.
Make that money.
There you go.
Gotta make that money. Got about a month before I head back to school for my last year.
Where you go to school?
SIU Carbondale.
How far away is that?
90 minutes. It's 91 minutes on maps from my house, but I gained the genetic lead foot from my family, so it ends up being about 10 minutes shorter.
Yeah, be careful.
Southern Illinois, do they get you?
Especially those cops down there. You'll have to go to court down.
I've done. Yeah, I went through all that.
You have to go through Rolla. They'll get you at Rolla.
He's like, I'm faster than them anyway.
On 44
No,
Rolla,
I'm not. I
slow
got
down.
caught twice in like a week visiting my
So
girlfriend.
are you going to work down there? Have you saved enough money? I know you work hard, man. You're in here all damn day. You go to Casey's, you work, you do this, you do that. Are you saving money?
Yeah, as much as I can. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good. You just, I guess, it's not easy to do because you need things.
Yeah.
You know,
that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
You know, you need things. So, are you going to have to work when you go to school?
I do have a couple of things I'm going to be doing for work, just because got get food and everything. So I'm doing some writing for an FCS football outlet, and I'm going to be doing some writing for the school paper.
There you go.
Cool.
Do you like writing or talking radio more?
Well,
I assume you're in some sort of media studies.
That's what Jim always says.
Yeah,
learn how to write.
So the idea is in-game broadcasters where I want to end up. But in terms of talk radio versus writing, I think depending on the level of freedom I have for both, I'd probably go writing, honestly.
Okay.
That's what Jimmy says that all the time, man. Learn how to write. Learn how to write.
Fewer and fewer people will be able to do it in this next generation. So
remember that guy popped in and talked about the teacher and ordered toys on the computer, and I'm like, oh, we're talking about it was a woman teacher? No, it was a guy teacher.
But like somebody said, if the teacher is allowed to do that, then I should be allowed to have the phone. I don't think the teacher is allowed to do that. I am sure that
as somebody who grew up with 2 teachers for parents, no, they're not allowed to do
they're
that.
not allowed to do that.
No, you're not. Anywhere. Like,
what do you think? What do you think your parents think about the cell phone ban, basically in schools in Missouri that was just signed?
I thought it was already banned.
So we had a thing when I was in high school. Like they started doing a thing. Like they had those old shoe closet things.
They do this. They make you put your phone at the front of the classroom.
And it was kind of like you were saying, Brendan, when I walked in. It's like some of the teachers like, hey, don't make me look dumb.
Yep.
I'll let you keep your phone. But some of them were like, hey, like I can't take the chance. Put it up there.
Yeah.
But I imagine it's gonna be a pretty similar thing because there's not, Governor Parsons isn't gonna be like in every classroom like, hey, follow the rules.
Exactly.
He might be.
No, I don't think he will be.
I think it's gonna
Governor
be a
Parsons is here again.
Statewide.
Creeping everybody. Okay, I have to bring this back.
Okay.
I'm just going to read the last text of the Matt Rocchio Hockey Bob conversation that they had. While Rock's like talking about other things, he's having a different conversation with Hockey Bob, and I'm just going to read the last part.
I don't know.
Well, when you take your last breath in this realm and your soul is burning in hell, you will wish you had listened to folks like me.
Hockey Bob is not the arbiter of all things. But anyway,
Hockey Bob anymore. It's religion, Bob.
Anyway,
what the hell is he talking about? That's scary.
He's on one today. We're just gonna set that to the side.
I gotta say this: if Matt Rocchio is going to hell, I'm going to hell.
We're all going to hell.
It's over.
I'm queer, so I was going to hell automatically. So.
Let's just set that to the side.
Are you kidding? Man, now you're. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, pretty sure teachers are not allowed to do that. They usually get fired if they call doing that. Really?
Imagine if you read it in a news story that this happened, probably means they're not allowed to do that thing, right?
I mean, no.
They probably got caught doing that thing.
Do you ever see people that film other people at sporting events and what they're typing and what they're looking up?
I have seen that, like over their shoulder.
Yeah. Yes.
And they like the grandpa font where it's like 75.
Yeah. They make it really easy to video, actually.
Yeah.
Because
and you read his conversation, what he's having with somebody, or you could guys texting another girl next to another girl.
How real those are. Especially, like I said, 75 bold font. Like
anything can be like fabricated nowadays too, for video purposes.
That happens all the time. I've seen that. I've seen where I'm at a game.
It happens real. Yeah.
I'm at a game and I'm standing behind you.
Oh yeah.
I could look down and you're on your phone. You don't even know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could read your text.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to do it. Not that I'm going to do it.
My text,
I'm not going to creep. But you're like, oh, I could see exactly what you're doing. That's why my new phone though, you get the like you can't see it from the side.
Oh yeah, it's you got to look at that onto it.
Screen.
Turn that a little bit because once it turns, then I
can't see it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, get that.
I don't
have anything on there, but I just you're texting somebody pops up.
Yeah,
somebody texts you.
And you don't want people to know who texted you.
I always put my phone down.
Oh, mine's sitting face up.
Well, yeah, because we're looking at the YouTube chat.
Well, I have it on my laptop.
Oh man, God, Hockey Bob, it's the funniest thing ever. Those two.
Never mind, I'll leave that alone.
No, what?
Leave it alone.
Yeah, no, I'm going to leave it alone for now.
What else you got? What are you doing this weekend, Cam?
Well, I'm going to go. I got nothing, which is great. I might golf, but today I'm going to go find another deli sub so I can rank it.
Are you writing all this down, though, so you have a log?
Yeah,
okay.
Yep. And then I'm going to go I'll go to Deerberg's and load up on some barbecue stuff, and I'm going to get some fatty, probably spare ribs if they have it. I'm going to check out and see if the biggest slab of ribs they got. I might do a big slab of that on my Weber with charcoal. Make a little snake. You know, the both sides. I like cooking on that Weber more than anything, dude. I really do. So I'm going to barbecue all day, drink some beer.
Well,
get my mind right. Probably eat candy.
Yeah, probably.
Hang with the puppies.
You got plenty of sprees.
What am I going to go walk outside? Nothing to do outside. It's too hot.
You can golf.
Unless I'm going to golf.
Yeah.
Just golfed the other day. But that's what I'm going to do. But everybody out there, have a good weekend. We'll see all you guys Monday. This is Hot Take Central 2.0.
All aboard! There's a new way to travel, and it's one of the oldest forms of transportation. Travel by train. Yes, consider traveling around the United States on Amtrak. Traveling by train is a lot less of a headache than taking a plane, and you'd be surprised how many places you can go on an Amtrak, and there's no passports or IDs needed. Find out how to get where you're going as soon as tomorrow by train. Call the Amtrak Travel Hotline right now. We'll book your trip and email your tickets within minutes. Skip the drive to the airport and skip the lines. Call right now to book your Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States. All aboard! Do something new. Travel by Amtrak today.
800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. That's 800-428-9517.
Let's talk about your health insurance. There are a lot of reasons why people need affordable health insurance. But here's the bottom line. You know you need affordable health insurance. For you, a spouse, a family member, whatever. I'm going to give you a free hotline to call to find affordable health insurance that can cover all your health insurance needs in case you get sick or have an emergency. Plus, cover vision, dental, and more. And there are no long-term commitments. You can keep your plan as long as it's affordable. And for the price of a cup of coffee. We're not talking about one of those fancy coffees.